every time I go, I take a few days off, things change, buttons change, life changes. I know you think I did something, but I didn't.
We know you didn't. Never do anything.
HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver.
This is 630 KHOW,
Denver's talk station.
an iHeartRadio station.
Guaranteed human.
Life changes.
ABC News, I'm Wayne Cabot. Canada just announcing tariffs up to 50% on hundreds of American products, answering President Trump's trade threats.
We will meet the moment together. And as the Prime Minister has said, we will support our workers, our businesses, and our industry with whatever it takes for as long as it takes.
Finance Minister François-Philippe Champagne announcing a doubling of tariffs on U.S. steel and aluminum. An expert witness telling jurors this morning Lindsay Clancy likely retained an awareness of the illegality of killing her 3 children and is criminally responsible. The forensic psychologist telling jurors that he believes Clancy didn't experience postpartum psychosis. Deliberations could start tomorrow. 2 Colorado state troopers took gunfire from an unknown assailant driving a blue Subaru with obscured plates down Highway 24. We don't have the trooper's condition. One was shot in the neck. A manhunt is on. This is ABC News. The family of Alex Preddy, the ICU nurse who was shot and killed by ICE agents in Minneapolis last winter, says they still haven't heard from top Trump officials. Their attorney, Steve Sliker, saying the family has a right to know what's going on.
They have the right to be consulted with meaningfully. They have the right to meet with the prosecutors. They have the right to have the process not drag on too long. They have the right to be informed. And that's just not being done here. Instead, what we get is just gaslighting and word salad from the federal government.
New research on pro football players and brain injuries. An analysis of NFL players who died between 2016 and 2021 and who gave their brains to science, more than 300 did, finds 93.2% had evidence of CTE. The British Medical Journal study extrapolates that to 1 in 4 of all former NFL players during that period. I'm Wayne Cabot, ABC News.
Colorado ranchers have a beef with President Trump's plan to import 300,000 tons of ground beef without imposing tariffs on it.
This isn't needed because we produce a lot of beef in this country. We need to be focusing on our own game here, so we don't need to be importing foreign beef.
Dave is a rancher who's seen his feed and fuel prices skyrocket this year. He worries he and other ranchers will have even more trouble growing their herds if they have to compete with imported beef. President Trump insists the move will bring down prices at the grocery store, but local ranchers point out the imported beef will not go through the same USDA inspections. Colorado Secretary of State Janet Griswold says she's disappointed over the Supreme Court ruling allowing some parts of President Trump's executive order targeting mail-in voting to move ahead. The executive order directs agencies to compile a list of confirmed U.S. citizens eligible to vote in each state. I'm Brenda Stewart.
Now, impact traffic.
Not doing too badly right now. Southbound 225 near 6th Avenue, or past Colfax anyway. It looks like we may have an accident. It is running kind of slow both directions, especially southbound. 270 is running heavy at both directions out of Commerce City. I-70 west from Colorado to Brighton, a little sluggish. And we're still seeing some volume coming up out of the Tech Center. A little sluggish up towards Colorado. I-25 into downtown. Got a little bit of slow and go still left over. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
When your joints hurt every day and you've been told you need surgery, remember, once a joint is replaced, there is no coming back. Michael Brown here. Before you schedule that surgery, consider getting a second opinion from QC Kinetics. I did, and the treatments for my neck, that was outstanding. Now, whether you're dealing with pain from bone-on-bone, arthritis, a torn meniscus, or just wear and tear, surgery is not the only conversation to have. Talk to QC Kinetics about how they use regenerative treatments to deliver relief to you. They concentrate tiny healing tools within your body right in that spot causing the pain. You'll have a real shot at holding off or maybe even avoiding surgery altogether. That's why it makes sense to explore every option before making a decision. This could change your life. Don't just accept surgery as your only choice. Clinics are in Aurora, Superior, Highlands Ranch, and Colorado Springs. And remember, the conversation and the consultation are totally free. Call today, 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986. QC Kinetics, 303-900-8986.
Help your kid excel in math and love it at brilliant.org.
This is Dan Kaplis. If you're choosing a law firm for a catastrophic injury or death case, I hope you interview our firm before you make a final decision. I think you and your family will be glad you did. There's no cost and zero pressure. We've been blessed with a lot of great clients and very successful cases. We do this because we want to, not because we have to. We accept righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. Call 303-770-5551 or hit dankaplislaw.com.
In Colorado, you're no stranger to hail damage. That's why you need GenesisTotalExteriors.com. They do roofs, gutters, siding, stucco, windows, decks, and more. Let Genesis walk your property to give you a complete estimate. And
Tom, are you ready to do this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, things are working out. I was worried about you.
Is Mark up?
Well, he's in person here.
Genesis Total
he's
Exteriors.
at the studio.
I don't want to look close enough to know if he's up.
Have you heard the news? Conduct business with Iran?
Will be removed from the U.S. dollar system.
Canada, the trade talks failed.
Will match Washington's new tariffs. Clancy.
Final witnesses.
Psychotic features.
I just hate Trump so much.
Denver's place to talk about the news.
For being willing to say no, enough is enough. They're going back. I mean, these are criminals.
Is Denver's talk station. 630 KHOW. It's the Dan Kaplis Show.
Afternoons 4 to 6.
Hey, Tuesday at 4. One of the greatest things in the world for kids is youth sports. But has youth sports become too expensive, demanding, professional? Join me at 4.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino and Major Marc Mager.
Hello, hello, hello. What's going on with you? I'm Tom Martino. I got Deputy D here. Let me switch over for those streaming to the studio and bring up these ugly faces.
Hey.
Major, Marc Mager. Well, who do you got there, bro?
I got John Clayson. I think, I'm pretty sure Stephanie Thomas, Frank Duran, they might be running a little late, but I think they're going to be here shortly. But we're going to be talking about homes, Colorado Springs, Denver, and then financing. I was briefly talking to John before the show. You know, even though we represent them, I was shocked of some of the other products they have that I didn't even know about. So we'll dive into those.
Good. When it comes to lending, everybody asks the same thing. Should I sell and get another, do I give up this loan at 2 or 3% and get another house, or do I wait? There have never been, not never, in recent history, the fewest number of home buyers because of that. People either are afraid to take on a 6.5 or 7% loan, 6.8, whatever, and they're afraid to give up their low interest. So you got a double whammy: people holding on, and people not wanting to, bring on a new one of high interest. And what do interest rates do? What are they doing? The economy. They use interest rates to slow or speed up the economy to keep inflation under wraps. Right now, I don't know what they're going to do because we have a very weird mixed bag of financial indicators. We have a good stock market, relatively good stock market, but at the same time, we have high interest rates, and normally one is inverse to the other. John Clace, do you get any word on what's going on with interest?
Yeah,
he's with
yes.
partneranlending.com, which is CMG Financial. John.
Well, earlier on, I don't know if you noticed, but the Federal Reserve, Scott Bessent, they announced that they're going to buy more bonds, more 10-year treasuries, which that was trying to force interest rates down. But unfortunately, the market and the economy is not letting it do it. They went down for a couple days and went back up, starting to come back down a little bit. But so they're trying. They're trying, but the economy, the inflation is really worrisome. But for them to say they're going to come out and buy more treasuries is meaning they're trying to get interest rates down.
So when they buy treasuries, what are they actually doing?
So they're buying you see the 10-year and the 30-year treasuries. So what they're going to do is they're going to buy them and try to keep the what you buy them for high, which brings rates down. So more people, when you're getting a good like the 10-year, they're paying basically 4.7% right now. And so if that's considered high, that's a pretty safe place to put your money.
So that's why when people can go into government bonds, doesn't that lower interest rates for houses?
Yeah, and that's so what they're trying to do is they're trying to spark more people buying the government bonds. But
which will give more mortgage money available. Otherwise, people retreat to the stock market.
Correct. And the stock market and that's what's kind of happened is people didn't really buy, the Fed's, the Treasury's doing it, but the stock market is where people's putting their money right now.
Right. And that's always been an inverse relationship. When the stock market does great, usually it's, because people are putting their money there. Okay, they think it's doing great. Therefore, they're not putting it into mortgages. Then you have fewer people investing in mortgages and higher rates. And when you have more money available, you have lower rates. It has to do with that. And also with what the Fed does, of course, they adjust accordingly. So do we have an outlook for 2027? I can't believe I'm saying 2027. I thought, oh, man. Anyway, do we have an outlook?
Well, we be honest with the outlook is they're going to stay here, and if not, creep up a little higher because the economy is, they say it's strong, even though we see a lot of it does. But it's, and he's just, these tariffs and stuff, inflation's just going to stay high for a little while, and the Fed's really scared to move that down while the inflation is where it is.
So what you do is what we have is a constant battle right here in the economy. I mean, and there was someone, I think it was Reagan, it might have been some others as well, that made a suggestion one time that we freeze things. Now, what they meant was if you don't get more, you don't need more. And if you don't need more, you don't demand more. And basically everyone stays at a status quo. And that, in other words, while we may not be increasing, we're not getting the need to increase because other things are not increasing. It's really a radical idea. The economy has always breathed. It's gotten bigger. We've brought in more money. We want more, people want more wages. Then as wages go up, people have to pay more for products. And as products go up, people want more wages. And it's a cycle. And it causes not only inflation, but it causes everything to rise until there is some kind of an adjustment. And then it starts all over again. The adjustment, unfortunately, is recession. So you have inflation where things are on the way up and recession where things are on the way down. And that's reflected in many, many things. What are the leading indicators of a recession? Well, one of them is the job market slows down a little. And I've talked to people right now, and I don't know if you have so much, Mark. I don't know if you have occasion to talk to people, but looking for work. And it's not as hunky-dory as we think it is. Anyway, let me go to the phones, and then I want people to weigh in on the economy.
I'm curious what kind of work, though, since you did say that real quick.
Okay, tech. One thing is
tech. But isn't that all AI now? Isn't that where that's going?
That's a lot of it's affected by AI. Yeah. I also have people looking in, believe it or not, in some of the home services are slowing down a bit. Everything. They see. It's not
that
people
stuff
don't
is
have
so
the money.
that like roofers though. That stuff is so based on a lot of weather.
Right.
I mean, it's really hard. But I wanted to say something. Think about the mock-ups I sent you last night on referral list.
Right.
And I mean, really, we used to have to pay someone thousands of dollars to do that.
Right.
It's just done. It's over. I mean, now there's bots that do it. So I think those are dying jobs.
There are a lot of jobs that are dying. I wonder which jobs, if we had to make a list, are here to stay.
I think accounting's a really bad one. I think like somewhat bookkeeping, accounting, maybe even CPAs, quite frankly. Eventually, they're going to have to sign off on this stuff, but the prep work, they don't need 5 different people working. How about like underwriters, John? When you talk about your business, where do you see AI and CMG?
Huge. I mean, we use it today and probably do not have to have near as many underwriters as we used to do the same amount of work.
Wow.
Yeah, in a matter of seconds too, which is crazy.
Crazy. Now you can basically get a file if you're a straight W-2 bar or stuff like that. You could basically be approved on your phone.
That's crazy.
Like within minutes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
God.
All right, go ahead, Tom.
Okay, Dennis, what's going on with the bank issue, Dennis? What's happening? Welcome to the show.
Okay, I don't know if you ever heard this before, Tom. It's very unique. So way back in 1991, I had a bank box that I forgot about, and I got something, it's Illinois Treasure iCash, Unclaimed Property Division. So I put in there, and I have $975 in there. Great. So then I got an email from them, and it goes, they need proof from the original holder to satisfy a lien, $65. Okay, no big deal.
Yeah.
And it's Bank One. Well, Chase bought Bank One, no problem. I went to Chase yesterday, and this is where I'm against the wall. They can't give me a waiver. I can't pay it because they need an account number from that bank box. Well, you know what? There's no way.
Wait a minute.
So,
they need an account number for the safe deposit box?
Yes, sir.
Hold on a second.
That's what they told me. That's what he told me.
How long has the safe deposit box been abandoned?
Since 91.
Well, 91 is when I went to the state of Illinois. It's probably back in the 80s, but it became an official claim that they could do this back in, 1992.
And this was a safe deposit box, right?
But hold on. So it was abandoned somewhere. Yeah. It was abandoned after the 80s. So the contents of that box should have been turned over to the state of Colorado.
It was in 91.
In 91.
No. I'm sorry. This is when I was in Illinois. So it was turned over to the state of Illinois.
Oh.
But in 91.
And I guess it was, 92 to be exact.
All right.
But, and it was Bank One. Well, Bank One now is Chase. So I went to Chase yesterday, and I told them that, and they go, well, let me see what we can do. And the young man was good. I was in his office for an hour. He made phone calls. He talked to a manager, a different manager, and they go, I can't give you a waiver. I can't do anything because I got to have an account number. I could jeopardize my job. Okay, so he led me in his office. I got the letterhead from iCash in Illinois, and I could call Unclaimed Property Division as a phone number. It took me 10 minutes to get a live person, and they were very direct. They go, sir, unless we get a waiver or we get something paid in full, we can't release the money.
What does paid in full mean?
Yeah, what do you mean paid in full?
You got to slow down a little bit.
What does that mean? Paid in full.
That means the $65 I owe.
To whom?
From that bank box to the bank. Well, originally it was
probably the fee.
Bank One, but
probably the fee.
So
the safe deposit fee.
Let me see if I get this right. The state of Illinois has the contents of that safe deposit box.
Right.
And it's worth what? Did you say $900?
$975.
Okay. And they won't
$975.
Gotcha. And they won't release that to you. The state will not release the $900 to you unless you pay the bank $65 for like past rent.
But he needs an original account number. Right?
Yep.
They don't have the account number on file. They don't have the account number on file.
No. Here's the original thing. Payment or waiver proof from original holder to satisfy the lien due upon rent, $65, Bank One.
So what about this? How about you just show up at whatever the bank is now that bought Bank One? and just pay them $65 and get a receipt and show it to the state. Would that work?
No, because I told him that. He goes, no, because he has to put his name on it. He can't sign up for anything without an account number. He won't do it.
Yeah, but
that's the problem. I thought it was so easy.
When they send you information, they must have an account number.
The state should have it along with the
If
contents
they
of their box.
if they confiscated the account, the number should be on their records. And do they want to make sure you know it? Is that what they're doing? Is it like a test? Hey, which account was this?
You know what? I'm reading word to word what the state of Illinois said. You know, payment or waiver, proof of original holder to satisfy the lien. So this is from the state of Illinois, and I gotta have some type of proof that I paid this off. And like Chase told me, we don't even have we're getting rid of all our safe deposit boxes, and this we bought out Bank One back in 04, 05. I can't give you anything. I can't put it on a computer because I'll get in trouble. I could have to accept payment, to waive it. I have to have account number. That's what he told me. I can't do it.
It makes sense, Tom. What doesn't that part makes sense, that Chase can't process a payment unless there's a corresponding account, right? They can't just collect your money for no reason whatsoever and account for it correctly.
So now what?
But it's kind of weird that the state won't release the contents unless he pays the bank whatever he owes the bank. It seems like the state is conducting collections for the bank, and that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, that's the part that I don't understand. Do they hold on a second? I got to take a break. I got to figure this out. It's with the state of Illinois, right? So hold on. And Craig, we'll come back to you with a contractor question as well. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Listen, if you need a will or an estate plan of any kind, I want to direct you to Dan McKenzie. He is a great guy and someone I've been using, and you should too. He can do a simple will. He can do a trust. He can do a combination of them. He assigns an attorney to you until it's done. They're live and local, 833-CO plans. Get it done today. Don't procrastinate. 833-CO plans.
Thank you. Hey, Tom, Dennis was actually saying Illinois, so we don't know where he means.
Account numbers is hard. Being
I could
forced to
barely
switch
understand
even
him.
worse. That's why at Belco
So you're coming through crystal clear.
Thank you.
From June 1st to August 31st, we're off.
Not helping, but crystal clear.
Open a new checking account with a qualifying direct deposit of $500 or more.
Weird.
They changed your account number. You can change who you bank with. Go to belco.org/switch for full offer details. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required. Conditions and restrictions apply. Belco. Banking for everyone.
You know, your air conditioner has been working overtime this entire summer. And it's used, by the way, the blower box and the air mover for the furnace as well. Maybe it's time you get both systems refurbished. Now, you can get one or the other for $39. They spend a couple of hours on each system. They take it apart. They clean every nook and cranny, and they make sure it is ready to go. It adds life and efficiency. It is the best deal in the HVAC industry right now. And by the way, Fix-It does plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains with free second opinions on any replacements. 720-526-3939. FixMyHome.com. You know, today we're talking real estate and finance, and Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, is one of our experts. I have said this for 30 years. You will not find anyone better to represent you on the market if you are listing a home, and he will do all the preliminary work free and give you an estimate of exactly what it will sell for based on his experience. He'll help stage the home. He'll even give deep house cleaning when needed. And what he does is list it to get multiple offers. He sells for more money and he sells quicker than the market, and he has stats to prove it. Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
Yep.
I had to yield for so many cops, like 50, 60 cops coming out of town. I mean, like, it was insane.
But that's where it was?
In Woodland Park.
It was?
Yeah.
Was it like at a store or a house, domestic or?
No, I think it was at the intersection. So, you know, if you're going west of town, going to Divide, You know where that big Bible college is right there? It was right there, is what I was understanding.
In the Springs.
No, in Woodland Park.
In Woodland Park. No, I didn't know there was even a Bible college up there.
A really big one. Yeah.
Huh?
There were two state troopers were shot in Woodland Park this morning.
And you just keep going west.
I think that's what you would
down here in Colorado.
Yes, traffic was nuts.
In Woodland Park, Colorado.
That is crazy. It's such a small area
now,
too.
Dimitri, are you okay that I'm the only one that heard that?
Something really bizarre.
That's kind of weird that they didn't hear me say that. I even hear myself saying
it's so weird that if you're not in the building, nobody cares.
Killed his wife. Something weird.
I've noticed that over the years.
Well, Michael was telling me that the
I can hear them, but they can't hear me.
Like almost at that intersection.
Yeah.
So they
that
drove
is
themselves
correct.
to the hospital.
Yeah, thank you.
That is
what Michael was telling me.
Oh my God.
So then there was lag time, I guess.
Hey, my favorite is the San Francisco 49ers owner.
Yeah.
Dropping $140 on a prostitute in a trailer park in Ohio.
Incredible. But the hospital is literally.
You hear about that one?
No, that's really embarrassing.
A little bit. He's worth, I think, about $7 billion. He's
right around this area.
Now, in his defense, he was caught with $160 on him, meaning he was going to tip.
Oh.
I mean,
well,
that's
insane.
A sign of a good person.
Could be that he's so rich because he's very frugal with his prostitute fund.
Oh, who hasn't been tempted by something in the manager's special area at the store? Thought, well, I wouldn't normally buy this, but that's so cheap. Yeah, canned asparagus sounds good. And you grab it.
Larkspur.
That mustard flavored ketchup.
So not as many, but I was seeing them.
Yeah, two tastes that taste great together.
Those officers are okay, and they catch the guy.
Yeah, no kidding.
They did.
Now I've had fun in a double wide now and again. I mean, there's something irresistible about it. Get that trailer rocking.
Freaking QuickBooks has me all locked out, man.
Well, Michael's home.
No, it's all online shit. They want me to send a picture of my photo ID.
What?
It's just
I've never heard of such a thing.
Never done this in 15, 30 years.
Tom is shocked.
No, I never heard of sending your photo ID.
I talk. Nothing.
Aren't you hearing Tom?
Now I can hear you.
Oh,
no, I wasn't.
The right button.
Oh, okay.
Well, Tom is shocked that you have to send a photo ID and a nude selfie.
Yeah,
He's
for
shocked.
QuickBooks. Yeah, it was the nude selfie that shocked me.
Now stand in front of mirror. What? What?
What do you think of that merger?
What do I think of the merger?
What is it?
I haven't had a lot of time to think about it. Remax is merging with Real.
What's Real?
A brokerage.
A brokerage. But honestly, Mark, I have had very little time. They just sent us the email yesterday. They made it official.
Is Real big?
Yeah, what it is, they're just merging to get with the times. And
Cloud-based.
Here we go.
Cloud-based.
Blindster.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, waterpros.net, the best drinking water at the kitchen sink at the lowest price, American-made and serviced by waterpros.net, 303-862-5554, just $1,100 for their one unit, completely installed, reverse osmosis drinking water, waterpros.net. You won't get better at a better price. You know, I looked on the state's website and talked, and this escheat funds, as they call it, is quite straightforward had it remained Chase. But because it was first another bank and then was turned over, or Chase took them over, that's where the complication comes in. But that should not be a barrier to entry. They say that Chase can assign a number if they know your that you had an account there. They can simply give you a claim number. Who did you talk to at Chase to try to remedy this with a By the way, for those listening, an old safe deposit box was taken over by the state Treasury Department. By the way, any contents in safe deposit or banking accounts or leftover rebates or refunds from old insurance premiums, all of that, if they're unclaimed after a certain amount of time, banks and institutions turn that money over to the state treasury, and then people have to make application for it. And I want to know, Dennis, did you actually speak to someone at Chase about it?
Yes, sir. And when I went in there yesterday, I didn't want to talk to a lawyer. Tell us that I needed to talk to somebody else. So, I talked to this young man. He had his own private office, and we talked. And he said, "This is a little different. I don't know." So he got his boss, and they tried to figure something out. They couldn't figure it out. They called somebody. I was in the office right now. He was very nice, and they couldn't get anything done. And then I said, well, if you don't mind, I can call the state of Illinois. You get through to them pretty quick on this. 10 minutes or so, we got a live person, told him the situation. I gave him my phone, so he talked to him directly. He says, I work at the bank, and I had it on speaker, so I heard exactly what she said. He goes, unless we get something from you, we can't release it. Black and white. Okay. And the young man I talked to, his name is Drew.
Yeah. And so what's the bottom line? Okay. So do they still say you need an account number?
Yes. It's catch-22. Chase won't. He said, I can't put my name on anything. I can't do this unless I have an account number of that bank box. Do you have an account number? I go, that was probably back in the 80s,
Hey, Dennis, there's still something unclear about what the problem is. At one point, you said they're trying to collect $65, and now you're saying what they need is an account number. What is the state actually requiring you to do?
I had to pay. We had the same thing happen. We didn't have any account issues, though, and it was pretty recent. And we had to spend $65 as well just to get the contents. I don't remember what it was for, but we just did that through the Colorado Payback.
But did you have an account number, Mark?
Yeah, we had an account number, and the bank is still around and everything. And we basically, I'll tell you what sucked. We paid the $65, and the dang thing was basically empty. It had like an old lease in it.
So did you pay the bank or the state?
I don't remember. Okay. Suzanne did that. But I remember going, okay, I doubt I'd leave anything of value in there and just forget about it. But then I bit the bullet, paid the $65, and literally it was an old lease on a commercial building I had like in the 90s.
It wasn't even worth it, right?
It was zero. It was nothing. It wasn't even good paper.
God.
Well, but my point to Dimitri was we had to spend that. I don't know why.
Dennis knows why, but he doesn't.
What kills me is if they took it over, they must have an account number somewhere, and all they have to do is verify who he is. I mean, that's what I don't understand. Why do they?
I think somebody was asking. Yeah, somebody was asking me like, what's this money? They told me this is a payment or waiver proof of the original holder, which would have been the bank, to satisfy a lien due upon unpaid rent. The rent that I owe on that bank box back from the 80s that they have from the 90s is $65 I owe Bank One for rent of the box.
That's probably exactly what we had, I bet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and who owns the box at the time? Originally, Bank One owned that box. I was rented from Bank One. Well, Bank One was consolidated with Chase. So I have to show the state of Illinois that it's there's no lien. It's like anything. There's a lien.
There's
a lien on that bank box.
Dennis, what if you just tell the state of Illinois that bank is now out of business? It's not around anymore. It literally is gone. There's no one left to pay. Have you tried that approach?
Well, yes. That young man yesterday said, hey, we're Chase now. we don't have a record of that.
They're supposed to keep, just from the information I'm looking at, they're supposed to keep those historical records. That doesn't mean they did.
Well, he claims, the young man at Chase, that they don't have a record of that, And so when I called the state back and I told him that, he told me we don't have records of that account no more. Well, we can't release the contents until we get.
Basically, it's like it was before. You don't have it. I mean, really, it's kind of you just don't have it, is what they're saying. I mean, they teased you with it, but really, there's no way to get to it. I don't know what else to tell you. They say there's no way to get to it.
I think Dennis needs to kick it up a notch at the state and ask to speak with a supervisor who might be able to override that $65 lien on Dennis's claim to the money.
That could be what they had. He did something for me really nice. He did something where he said he went to his complaint department. I probably got it worded wrong. He went at the bank and he put stuff in, references and all that. So hopefully I'll get a call back from them. And I was going to do this, but my wife put me on a guilt trip. I said, well, I'll go to a different Chase bank and play dumb as a fox, and maybe they'll do it. And my wife says, hey, this kid said he could get fired. You're going to go to a different Chase bank?
Wait.
Maybe he does it?
Dennis, let's back up a little bit. Did you say the bank is already working on something for you?
Well, this kid put a complaint in to the complaint department.
Oh, okay.
He says they should get paid. Should.
When did he put in this complaint?
Well, yesterday afternoon.
Okay. Well, listen, it might. Okay, hang on. It might work out. I mean, I think it's too soon to panic about this. Let's see what the complaint department has to say about it.
Also, it says that Chase can simply assign you a number. If they have a record of it and there is no number, they can give you they can assign a number, just a brand new number, since it's no longer an active account. They can just give you a claim number. So ask them to do that. Ask them to assign you a number so you can at least retrieve it. That's the bottom line. I mean, that's exactly what their own website says, that in the state of Illinois is that, in Chase as well, that they can assign an unclaimed property number to you. I don't think you're ever going to get the original account number unless you have it somewhere. So I don't know what to tell you, man, but I'd wait.
The other thing, and I just give them time because you just put that in yesterday, but we got to take a break, but let's leave them with this. The other thing you could do is just simply take them to small claims court for that $900.
That's true.
And then swap them for the information, because they're going to have to answer that somewhere in legal, and you can just simply show them the proof, and they're going to figure something out.
Now, Craig's got an issue with a contractor. Craig, I'm going to implore you to hang on. We're going to come right back to you. And anyone else who has a problem, 303-713-TALK or 303-MARTINO.
Yep.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplan today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
Yeah, Retro 102.5 traffic. Pretty quiet ride for us now. We've got 270 running a little slow west, coming off I-70 heading up through Vasquez. I-25 into downtown looks pretty good. A little bit of traffic out of the tech center north, pushing up towards Colorado. North end I-25 is in great shape. Routes like I-76 wide open for us. Even Pena, if you're heading to the airport, about 15 minutes from I-70 to the terminal. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
I urge you to call discountbath.com if you're looking for a bathroom remodel on a budget and you want a great finish and trim. Whether you want just a walk-in shower completely installed for $9,888, or you want the whole bathroom done, they can do it at a discount. In fact, they do all the preliminary work free of charge with no obligation because they know you're going to love their value. So they'll walk and talk the project, spec out the items, and give you prices on everything. Discountbath.com, whether a Jack and Jill bath, a master bath, or a whole new bath, maybe in the basement where they roughed it in. You can trust Chris and his team at a time when, contractors aren't in great trust, in my opinion. But discountbath.com, they're a hallmark of the industry. Give them a call, 720-979-2322. Discountbath.com.
Essentially, how they pay for referrals and kind of that system.
Got it.
And how they pay out, but they've got deals with certain real estate agents that make agreements to give their
And you're not
commission.
supposed to do that?
There's a lawsuit for it.
If she sent, Addie to you, what's wrong with that? Because now we're talking a kickback or something.
If I paid her, I can't,
Yes.
I can't even send her bottles of wine for that lead.
I got it.
Right.
So you can suggest people, you just can't get paid for it.
Correct.
And they were doing something on the down low.
Well, yeah, Veterans United has a deal with a bunch of real estate agents where they will. Yeah, they will.
So they were making bank.
That's illegal.
Well, what they'll do is anyone who comes into Veterans United, they'll tell them. I had this happen here recently. I had a couple I was talking to, and their lender was Veterans United, and they said, no, if you haven't signed a contract with that agent yet, you want to use one of ours because they'll give part of their commission back to you.
2 corn dogs, small fries.
Yeah. So there's lawsuits. So push VA, John.
So they're staring.
Push VA that you do it ethically.
Yeah, they're staring.
Well, that's just it. Yeah, they totally steered that couple away from me back to an agent that would give them part of their commission because the couple called me and they said, because they were prepared to sign a contract with me and we went forward and they said we talked to our lender and our lender told us we need to use this agent because they're going to give us part of their commission back and they said, we appreciate all your time up to now, but why wouldn't we do that? And it's like, okay.
Definitely a violation.
Yeah, so I saw that yesterday, actually, that there's lawsuits against them for that.
How about, does the same go for an inspector you suggest, or it's just on the loans? Can an inspector kick back?
I don't take kickbacks on anything.
I'm not asking if you do. Is it illegal?
I think so. I think we're supposed to give based on merit.
And of course, the title company.
Or we have to disclose to our client, hey, so-and-so is giving us, X amount of dollars for the referral.
I want to ask you guys something. So we're probably not getting.
You should do it on the air.
The particular house I'm talking about.
But it's something naughty.
But they're willing to pay her 1.5. Okay, 1.5%.
Okay.
She wants an additional 0.5 from me for 2. But because of the price of the house, I'm going, now wait a second. This is literally 3 to 4 times more close to 4 of your average deal, even at the 1.5. I mean, am I crazy thinking it that way?
Do you have a contract with her?
No.
Not me. I say.
No, that's where we're at right now.
It'd be different. I say call her bluff and just say, hey, sorry.
Well, no, I'm saying if you have a contract.
No, there's no
defined in there
contract.
how you
But I'm
pay
going.
them.
Her name's Val. I'm going Val. I literally said Val. At the 1.5, this is 4 times what your average is. Why are you trying to beat me up for this half point? And when we first started talking to her was way back in the day when, the seller always paid. All those changes came in between.
Sure.
But the seller's still paying 1.5.
The thing is.
Yeah, correct.
The thing is nothing's really changed. It's just discussed now. It's different.
Well, we never discussed it.
But aren't there some brokers who you work for that say they have to make X or no?
Yes.
Like
your
what
brokerage
her
brokerage can set we can't work below X%.
Oh, that's possible. She's what Frank is, Remax.
That is a possibility. When I worked for Remax,
But she would tell you.
I wanted to give a veteran at 1.5% and list them for 5.5 versus at that time what I was going to list for. And I was told by my broker then that we are not a discount brokerage. But
here we go.
Yeah.
So
She would.
Hello, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show with Major Marc Mager. We got Frank Duran, the realestateman.com in the house. We have CMG Mortgage. We have Stephanie Thomas. Stephanie Thomas is out of the Springs. We're talking about real estate. I'm going to go to Craig, and then we'll come back to these guys. Craig, you have an issue with a contractor. What's going on, Craig?
I had about just under $60,000 in hail damage a couple years ago, and working through getting the repairs done, I'm talking to the adjuster from the insurance company. He says, "Well, hey, I allowed you $4,900 for overhead and $4,900 for profit, totaling $98.37 and 58 cents." And this general contractor thinks he's entitled to all of it, and he hasn't done any appreciable amount of work.
Why do you have a general contractor? I don't understand it. Why do you even have a general contractor if you didn't do any work? How did you get the work done?
Well, I gave him the number of the roofer, and then he contacted the roofer, and the roofer came over. And
why did you use a general contractor to begin with? I'm asking, why did you call a general contractor to begin with?
Well, I'm not sure.
Does this come down to the overhead and profit on the payout? Is that where this is going?
Yes.
Okay. I thought I smelled that.
Yeah, but Craig, here's what I don't understand.
Okay.
Do you have a contract with who? Who did you sign contracts with?
I've used this guy before. We just did it verbally.
Well, okay. So this guy, he oversaw the whole project then. He's a general contractor. Did you sign a contract with the roofer? Did you?
No.
Okay. Did you sign a contract with anyone?
No.
Did you pay anybody?
I paid all the subcontractors in full.
Okay. And this guy says, now I want my fee.
Yeah, and which he wants all of the overhead and profit.
Well, that is what they've allowed for it. If you didn't even know it was there, would you have even mentioned it? In other words, why do you think he shouldn't get paid?
Well,
you're the one that got him involved. Yeah, how much do you think he should be paid?
I think a reasonable amount.
Well, how much is it? I'm asking, what is a reasonable amount in your opinion?
Tom, I think before we get to the reasonable amount, it would be nice to know if all of the work has been completed to Craig's
I don't think so. He said he didn't do much.
That's what I thought.
No, he said the general didn't do much. He said that he got the subs to do it.
I see what you're saying. What is the answer to that, man?
Yeah, so tell me, how much do you think he is worth? You're the one that hired him. No one else did.
Probably $2,000 or $3,000 at the most.
And why is that? And why should you get to keep the rest? Let me ask that part of it.
Tom, doesn't the general contractor manage the subcontractors?
Technically, he didn't even need. If he hired each and every subcontractor and oversaw them himself, that's one thing. But he called a general contractor. The general contractor didn't show up and just do it. Craig must have hired him, and you knew there was going to be a cost associated with it.
Yes, but for what he's done, he has not done $9,800 worth of.
Well, who's to say that? I mean, without a contract, who's to say what he's done? Did he do anything at all for you? I mean, he found the subcontractors, right?
No, he said he told him who to call.
He found two.
No, just the roofer. I think Craig only specified the roofer. Craig, did the general contractor find the rest of the subcontractors, and is all the work done and done to your satisfaction?
Yes.
Okay.
The other work, other than roofing, what other work?
Guys, listen, I think we're making this complicated. He's going, look, I didn't expect to have to pay this guy $10,000 for making a couple phone calls. That's basically what he's saying.
That's tough. He hired a general contractor who's entitled to overhead and profit.
There's no agreement in place at all. So who's to say? Is it 5%, 10%? What?
Is it a couple of thousand? So isn't Craig is now in a position?
We got to take, but let's come back and negotiate this. I mean, Craig, I don't know if you've proposed to him that he paid less. I don't really know, because I don't think we're going to get the truth as to exactly what this guy did, because we're looking at this in hindsight. Hold on. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Renew Home Innovations will get you the most beautiful showers, Italian porcelain. He's a direct importer. He can do it in 2 or 3 days. The entire beautiful shower space in your bathroom, 2 or 3 days, with a year to pay, with no interest and no payments. RenewHomeInnovations.com. Italian porcelain showers. 303-904-2000.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Okay, Retro 102.5 traffic. Pretty quiet ride for us now. We've got 270 running a little slow west, coming off I-70 heading up through Vasquez. I-25 into downtown looks pretty good.
The traffic dingus just gave the wrong call letters.
North end I-25 is in great shape.
No.
It's like I-76 wide open for us. Even Pena, if you're heading to the airport, about 15 minutes from I-70 to the terminal. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Do you know what is going on with your investments in your investment portfolio? Really, do you truly know what your so-called advisor is doing for you? This is one area where Martino Capital is different, because we work directly with each and every investor with a customized portfolio and personalized attention. Now, if this is the kind of level of service you want, we can show you with actual numbers how our strategies have performed. We welcome you to review your portfolio free of charge with no obligation, even if it just tells you you're doing a great job. But call us. You may be surprised. 303-771-HELP, 771-4357, martinocapital.com.
You use a
Very nice
adjuster on almost every time?
On anything, recently I have for sure.
It's got to be a set dollar.
No, it could be anything. I mean, most of them aren't going to work for a $10,000 claim. I mean,
So how did this poor general contractor gets called, and now he doesn't want to work. He doesn't want to pay him.
John, how's that change on August 3rd for condos?
Huh? I think I'm the only one that heard you again.
No, it doesn't matter.
Are you sure?
I know our condo
Yeah.
just had a meeting.
All right.
So you know how it used to be the shortcut?
It'll
where
probably fester and then
you
really
just go
eat
off
at you
somebody's,
later.
like strong credit, a loan, approve them for a condo. You didn't have to go through all the hard stuff. Now, as of August 3rd, that goes away. So Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac makes it now where you have to do a hard, unless it's 10 units or less, that's the exception to the rule. You have to look at the building, you have to look at the financials, the pending lawsuits, special assessments. It has to be, and if not, then it's non-warrantable. Can't do it conventional.
We just had that thing, and yeah, it's they're telling us to just try to get us we need the master and the HOA, early on to get our condo department working on it. But we did just have a meeting on that. I got to follow up with that.
How are you guys with spot approvals, FHA? Are those difficult?
No, I mean we do them. We do them all the time. But again,
you did it on, I think Miles.
But it's more, really, which it's their insurance. What's their coverage? Is there any lawsuits or anything?
Good morning, Troubleshooter Show. Did you want to talk to Tom and the gang?
It's getting the master associations, because if we have to go get it, it's pretty costly.
Yeah.
If the seller can get that information to the agent.
I wonder, you want me to have him ask? All right.
I think these rules are
the old did he pull his permit question. You got it.
If you have a buyer looking at a condo, do you automatically ask the seller to get you all the master?
That's not a bad question.
We ask if they have it up front. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
That's right.
If not.
Thank you.
That's what's hard for us to get.
Did he pull his
Some
permit
HOAs are easier than others.
in front of you?
Did he yank his leg?
Yeah. Lank is Yank is legal.
I do know we had a meeting company wide. It's pretty on top of it. But, we have so many programs now too.
That's good. Yeah.
A lot.
I don't know if we're
I think they're.
Well, I'm still closing condos and townhomes. So they're moving. They're just taking longer to move. Really. Yeah, thank God I'm closing a real tough one this Friday. It wasn't easy.
What was it?
It's in Peakview up in Aurora, or actually Denver, Mark. It was not an easy one to sell, and it was in really rough condition. And we're one of only a few that have sold there in the last 6 months. It's way more homes for sale than homes that are selling. It's pretty rough, man.
Why is it so rough?
Because
bad area.
Well,
like crime.
The increased insurance premiums, HOA fees are really high over there.
Got it.
That's knocked a lot of buyers out of the market. Taxes are high, and so
are the properties in distress?
This one was pretty rough condition, but not
that's
so
where
much
that loan you have would come in.
Is an investor buying it? Yeah, the renovation.
No, believe it or not, it's somebody that's going to buy it. We did have investor offers on it. How's Miles and Addie, buddy? They doing good?
Yeah, it was so nice. We saw both of them together. I can't remember the last time we had, but it was Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both doing good.
That's good.
Yeah, Miles' girlfriend moved in with them over the weekend.
Very cool.
Her dad helped them. They grabbed a U-Haul, left Castle Rock on Saturday, or actually on Sunday, and drove back to Shattern, and she's officially moved in. I'm assuming she's the one.
She's the one.
They've been dating a long time. But her lease came up, so I mean everything just kind of aligned. She's working on her master's. She's almost got nothing left of it. I think she's got to do an externship or an internship. I'm not sure.
Here you go.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Craig, real quick, who pulled the permit for your job? Somebody else asked that. That's a good question. Who actually pulled the permits?
Nobody pulled a permit.
Okay, so
wait a minute. The roofer may have pulled it just for the roof.
Okay, so
but the rest of the things, I don't believe it was there.
Did you propose to the general contractor that you pay him less?
No, I have not yet. But that's what I was going to ask you. Am I within my rights? He just sent me a one-page bill. Can I ask him?
Yeah,
within
of course
my
you can.
rights to give me an itemized day-by-day.
No, I mean, that's crazy. Who cares?
No.
Just negotiate the price.
No.
If he wants, what, 9,000 something, tell him, why not just start off and say, hey, I'll give you 6,000.
You can't go after the fact and say, I want an itemized day by day, minute by minute of what you did. Because sometimes general contractors, to be honest with you, like when they're building a house, they may not do much. That doesn't mean that they shouldn't be paid. They call the contractors. They know who to call. They coordinate things. I don't know exactly what he did. If you only had roofing done and all he did was call a roofer and you signed the contract with the roofer, I don't call that much overhead.
I don't either.
I don't, like, did you have more than the roofing done? Start there. Was it more? Did you have windows or siding or anything else at all done?
I had the whole house painted.
Can you send us a copy of the invoice you do have?
The whole house painted. What else? The roofing done. What else?
And I took care of the deck and pergola, the staining and the sanding before the general contractor came into play.
Why did you call the general contractor?
Well, I guess because the insurance adjuster, and I asked the insurance adjuster, do I have to give all this overhead and profit to the general contractor? And he says no. He told me that in writing.
Well, that doesn't matter. He doesn't dictate it. It's all according to what your agreement was. There is no right answer, Craig.
And there is no agreement, though.
Yeah, but maybe they had an understanding. Randy, I don't know what your comment is, but I'd sure like to hear it. it's almost not fair to go back after the fact and say, I didn't need you anyway. I don't know where we're going. I'd like to call the contractor if Craig would let us.
Invoice from the guy. I just like to see the paint, the roof, whatever it is.
I mean, this sounds kind of weird to me.
Hey, Craig, is there a way you can send us the invoice that you have? He hung up.
Tom pissed him off.
Aw. Sugar booger. You can go pull your own permit.
He's gone.
Did that come in through help?
What do you think?
Yes.
Forward me that. I'm going to email him and tell him to send me that invoice. I do want to see his invoice.
Forwarding now.
The general contractor wants 10,000, and my position would be, Craig, offer him 2,000 or 3,000.
Exactly.
And then
I sent it.
Or throw the baby out with the water, right? Isn't that what you say?
They caught the guy.
Well, it was a
split the bike in half.
It was a few years ago too.
But the baby with the bathwater?
No, split the bike in half.
$60,000 in damage a few years ago.
Do you know what that's from?
We were discussing that on a show recently, that throw the baby out with the bathwater is because the entire family used to use the same bathwater.
So now it's time
and
to
at the end,
negotiate
you'd be
a fee.
bathing the baby before you throw out the water. You don't throw out the baby with the bathwater.
I did not know that was the origin.
I didn't get any.
You know, it's only.
The shelter in place.
How long
is this the guy? I'm 80 years old.
Yeah. He's a what now? How old?
80. That dude was 80.
That guy was 80?
Yeah.
No wonder he got mad at Tom and hung up. I don't have time for these youngsters.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah. Whippersnapper. You just did what?
I took a giant gulp of water.
You know, Mark.
Yeah, I'm on.
For $60,000 worth of work, the guy must have done something.
I don't know. I did a blast yesterday. I got the first one from them yesterday. I got 7:09 p.m.
He wanted to keep the money. That's what it is. He wanted to keep it.
a.m., 6:49, 6:50. And then I responded with, hey, I can't remove you from the system.
Did he hang up Axe?
You know what I mean? I'm not
yes.
There's no way we can. Okay, so we can't call the general.
I'm like, you have to contact the company.
No.
He didn't. Did he hang up because he's pissed or what? Did he not? Or what did he say?
He didn't say anything. I can call him
What
back.
did he say when he hung up? Is that what you just asked?
I'm just.
He said, click. It sounded like this.
Now, again,
Yeah. What all did he say as we heard a dial tone? It's funny.
I CC'd him on the email.
Do you want me? I have his number. Do you want me to call him back?
That is harassment.
No, because Mark is
I
emailing
just wondered
him.
if he wants us to call the contractor.
I
Mark
emailed
is
him.
emailing him.
I emailed him.
Oh, okay.
I said, send me a picture of that invoice, blah,
You know
blah,
what we
blah.
should worry
wanna see
about
it.
right now is something else.
I said, I truly 100% apologize for Dimitri and Tom.
Browbeating you.
Like, this is a,
Immediately yelling after they brought you on the air.
That's all this is.
He's probably henpecked.
No, just the agent registry. This is an internal price reduction, like
At 7:15 a.m., the troopers were conducting a traffic stop on Highway 24 near milepost 286, which is west of Woodland Park. During the attempted traffic stop, the two troopers were shot.
Colorado State Patrol Sherry Mendez says both have been taken to the...
For not getting shot.
Former NBA players have become two of the most discussed figures in the women's sports, promoting their intentions to play for the WNBA as trans women. Amid the chaos, they ruled that they're not eligible.
Yeah, but they didn't give a reason. They just said, not eligible.
I bet it's the really long penises.
Maybe this is a slightly older story.
You gotta commit with the bit. You gotta.
That could be the test right there. If that's whacked off, then we'll consider it.
No, who doesn't want a 90?
That's not a requirement.
No.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it's count on Tom to bring up a week-old topic, you know. Just seeing this. I'm sure there's a lot going on there. I mean, I'm sure, but
was thinking about getting. You've heard of the purple stuff, like the purple pillow. I was thinking about getting that because I have the worst neck.
Do you want some of that packing foam that I use as a toe replacement?
Canada is going to hit us on 700 products. What do we buy from Canada? I know wood.
Our bacon.
Canadian bacon.
Yep, that's a big
Syrup.
one. Syrup.
Maple syrup.
We don't make enough in
Hockey
Maine.
stuff.
We need Canadian syrup.
That was
Moosehead beer.
Yeah, their beer's no good though.
Yep.
Isn't that Molson? I think that's Canadian.
Yeah.
Although I thought maybe Budweiser, someone bought them. I don't know.
Coors bottom.
Coors bought them, yeah.
No, they bought Coors.
Oh, they bought Coors.
They take most of our draft dodgers. That's nice of them.
Hey, they took a lot of, out of the Revolutionary War, they took a lot of turncoats. French-Canadian.
Speaking of bootlickers. It's really something. My grandmother is from Alberta.
Oh, yeah.
Father's side.
Auto
born
parts
in
is huge,
05
but
up
that's
there.
them selling to us.
And man, she
thought
was
we
tougher
took
than
in
a
a lot
$2 steak. But nowadays, Canadians are.
We just tariff the shit out of their auto parts. I think GM. There's a bunch of them that have auto parts stores there. I don't know why they're there and not in Mexico. Although I think there's way more in Mexico. I watched this guy last night on what's that Fox guy?
Jesse Waters.
On Jesse, did you watch it? Boy, he dodged every question.
He just smiled,
I'll tell you this though, he did speak. Hey, he went
He's
on.
intelligent.
Most of them don't even go on. He definitely is smart. But he wouldn't answer anything.
Some Canadian lackey.
No, El Said.
The Michigan guy.
That was a good interview. You would have liked that.
I can't. Some of it I can't do because I just want to.
Punch him.
Yeah, Mark, that's right. Fisticuffs, a fair fight. No.
It's the Piker guy that I don't get, man.
He's wild, man.
Yeah.
That guy says stuff that's really out there. You think these guys are out there, then he opens his mouth. You're like, wowzers.
That's the problem with the rates you talk about. It's more because Trump wants to get out of inflation and everything by growing.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino and Major Marc Mager.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino with Major Marc Mager. We're solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, and making your life a little easier. We urge you to call 303-713-TALK. You can call that when we're on the air. That's 10 to 2 Mountain Time, weekdays. And if you're downloading, you can call 303-MARTINO anytime, including when we're on the air, 303-627-8466. We'll get you through where you can leave a message, and we'll get you on the next show. So we have a call, and this comes up often, by the way, and I call it the how much do I get to keep call. And it has to do with insurance. It comes in all shapes and sizes, sometimes legit, sometimes not. Sometimes it's greed on the part of the homeowner. Sometimes it's genuine concern. Here's the bottom line. You have an insurance job and you get a settlement and you try to pay as little as possible to everyone working and keep as much as you can in your pocket. Now, I'm not saying most homeowners do that. Some homeowners do that. And one of the homeowners to do that would be someone who gets the checks directly.
I do it.
In this case, the guy said, I had a general contractor, and the adjuster included in the $60,000 of damages, $9,800 for overhead and profit. So Craig says he doesn't think he should have to pay all that to the general contractor. And I thought, well, what did the general contractor do, for goodness sakes? And he didn't really know. And I said, well, was there a contract or an agreement? And he said there wasn't any. I mean, this sounds like, I don't even know why he called them, for example. I have no idea why he even
we
called.
didn't get there, but is the guy trying to give him the shakedown now? Because didn't this happen a couple years ago?
He said it happened years ago, which I don't understand, a few years ago. So I don't know what's going on right now, but he doesn't want to pay it. And this often happens, not just with general contractors, but with insurance claims in general. People, for some reason, expect to keep some of it. And again, technically, you're supposed to, if you do have money left over, it's supposed to go back to the insurance company. The insurance company is only obligated to pay for damages less the deductible.
Well, wait. I do have to jump in there. If you're playing your own general contractor and hiring a roofer and hiring a siding guy and hiring a window guy, then you are the general contractor.
You get to keep what you want. That's
you
right.
get to keep that 10%.
Or whatever, even more if you can get people to do it cheaper.
Sure.
I'm talking about in general, though, if you're supposed to pay the first so many dollars in deductible, and after that, if things do not cost as much and you're getting it fixed, there is a debate as to whether it goes back to the insurance company. There's some policy language that says they only pay for the damages. So the argument can be made, what are the damages? The damages are what you paid, or are the damages what you managed to get done, and then do you get to keep the rest? And this has been an age-old problem. People want to keep as much. They want to make money on it. They want to make money on their insurance claim, and they're hoping to get it done cheaper than the insurance company will pay. So really, what did he even call? I don't even know why he called a general contractor if he's questioning.
He's emailing me more information. Well, I hope so. I just reached out to him to see if he would.
Okay, so CMG Financial, they want to know on, you said one time you have some reverse mortgage products that are different than the conventional 62 or older. Is that still the case?
Yes, it is. We can actually go down to age 55 on some of the proprietary products, and also on the reverse mortgage second, home safe second we have. We can actually go down. Now, the numbers have to work because the lower the age, the less they're going to lend you.
Right. So now talk about the Home Safe Second. What is that?
It's really cool product, Tom. It's actually, we've been getting a lot of it, but a lot of these clients or older people, they have a mortgage. They may have like a $600,000 house and only owe $100,000 on the first at like 3%, because they were in there, and they don't really, that payment's so low, they really don't want, but they need to access some equity just to help pay for some bills or do something. So you can do a reverse mortgage second, which is just like a reverse. You don't have to make a mortgage payment, gets built on, and they'll go up to like 55% of the value of the house, depending on the age. So you can leave the first in place, and then it'll do the second
when
behind
you keep
it.
that first in place, obviously you have to still make those payments.
Correct.
And keep that first in good shape.
Yes.
And then what happens if the first gets paid off, or you want to refi or do something with the first?
So if you get the first low enough and you want to turn it into a regular reverse mortgage, you could refinance it into a regular reverse mortgage, or you just keep the second reverse there. Now, what people don't realize is, if people want to preserve equity, they can always make a payment to a reverse mortgage. The reverse just doesn't mandate it does, but it tacks it on to what you borrowed.
Yeah, you could actually pay it off if you wanted to.
You can pay it off. You can make payments to it. So it just depends what you want to do with your equity. But this reverse mortgage second is really cool for these people like you were talking earlier. A lot of these, they get 3% interest rates and they don't want to do anything with it.
Do most people get a reverse in a lump sum, or in a line of credit, or in monthly payments?
the most popular one is what they call the HECM line of credit. And the reason being, if you don't need all the money that they're going to lend you at first for paying off an additional mortgage or something, it grows really good. So what you don't use, you may do a line of credit, you pay off $100,000 mortgage, but the line of credit was at $300,000, so you have access to $200,000. Well, each year that $200,000 is going to grow. So in 5 years, you could have access to, I don't know the numbers off my end, but like $250,000. So the longer you wait, it can grow to when you really need it. So it can delay, as you would know this, Tom, it could delay people the way they pull money out of their investment accounts.
Right. That's exactly right. So, so this equity availability gets bigger, but you don't pay on it until you use it.
Correct. Which is, it's a nice feature. It sits there. I'm not saying it grows more by because you get older in age. What it pays just pretty much takes care of the mortgage insurance and stuff like that. But it's not really a growth rate. I don't want to say that. It's more because you get older, they give you, they get access to higher.
All right. Christine wants to talk about Windows. Go ahead, Christine. What's going on?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Good to talk to you.
Yes, what's happening?
Well, back in December, we had this company come out to the house to give us a free estimate. Okay. So they did, and they gave us a quote, and they said, well, it's going to be like $33,000 to put some windows in, but you need to, fill out things, see if you guys qualify, whatever. So they took my name, which I'm the only owner of the house, but then they also included my son-in-law, Charles, to see if we could qualify because he has income also.
Does he live there? Does he live there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he does live there with me.
So did you actually apply for some kind of financing?
Well,
it sure sounds like it.
Not right. Well, yeah, but not right away.
I don't know what that means.
They kind of put it on hold for a minute because I told them that I might possibly be getting a HELOC loan, and if I did that, then maybe we might be able to do something. So they wrote out a thing saying it was contingent on if I got my HELOC loan. Well, kind of time went on.
What is that? No, you got to explain that. Contingent on whether you got a HELOC. So what does that mean? Does it mean that if you got a HELOC, this would be canceled, but if you did not get a HELOC, you would use this loan? What does it mean?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Tom. I know I get a little nervous. I'm sorry. No, if I got my HELOC loan, then we would continue with the process to see if we could qualify for Windows. And if I did not get my HELOC, then it would just cancel out the whole thing.
Well, that doesn't. Hold on. Then why would they? Okay. I'm just trying to understand. If it was contingent on you getting a HELOC, then why would they take any information from you at all? What difference would it have made? Why did you give them any information? You should have just said, I'm going to try to get a HELOC, and if I do, I'm going to call you back. But instead, it sounds like you applied for a loan and said, I'm going to use the HELOC first, but if I don't get the HELOC, I'm going to use this loan. That's what it sounds like, and I'm only hearing your side of the story.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. Well, but then they also give you a 3-day period to cancel.
Right.
And after we had thought about it, I did call them within the 3-day grace period, and I canceled.
Okay.
Because we decided that we didn't think we could afford it anyway, regardless of what. So we did cancel. Well, then they tell me, oh, well, we need to send somebody out to the house so you can sign a cancellation. We were like, okay. So they send the guy out, and of course, what they do, well, how about if we can get you in with no money down? How about if we can, make you a better deal?
I need to know this.
How about
when they sent the guy out to try to retrieve the sale, they tried to resurrect it. You were going to cancel. When they sent the guy out, did you go ahead and cancel, or did they trick you into keeping it?
They basically tricked us into keeping it, trying to give us a better deal.
Wait, tricked or talked you into it?
They talked him into it.
Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah,
so when this was in December, so now what's going on?
Okay. So then we did get an application from a company called Green Sky, and then that was in January, and they said, well, we can't approve you for the 33,000, but maybe we can do the 15,000. And so we were like, well, I don't know, maybe we'll see about that.
Hold on, Christine. We're hopping around in time. In December, you said you got an estimate, and then you filled out information and canceled. Then the guy came out and talked you into staying. When he talked you into staying, was that in December or was that in January?
That was in January. That was in December.
Okay, then you got but you said you had already filled out loan papers. So why did you fill out new papers in January?
Well, we didn't fill out any new papers. They had just taken the information that we had given them.
Okay.
In January, because silly me went ahead and told them that I did get my HELOC, which I probably shouldn't have done.
So when you got the HELOC, did you have two loans, the HELOC and this one, or did they cancel the one they had?
Well, see, I'm not exactly clear on that. As far as I knew, I only...
All right, okay. This is very, Christine, this is very confusing. You're not even clear on how many loans you have and where the money's being used. You got to hang on, okay? We got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-TALK. DenverRegen.com for your stem cell therapy. I've had it done. I'm a believer in them. Genuine stem cell therapy, DenverRegen.com.
Yep.
Looking for a gift that'll melt their heart? Head to SmileTunes.com and create a custom song made just for your special someone. Every lyric tells your story. Every note comes from the heart. Visit SmileTunes.com and start your song today.
Excel Roofing, in business 30 years, where you don't pay a cent until you're content. ExcelRoofing.com, the authority on roofing, where you can go to ExcelRoofing.com, get pricing on your roof, and get also a blog or several blogs on information about roofing. They'll inspect your roof with no obligation and no long-term commitment. All you have to do is call 303-761-6400, ExcelRoofing.com. Hey, if you are investing, do you know what your investment advisor is doing for you? I make this commitment. I started Martino Capital with this commitment that we keep to each and every client. Each and every client we know personally, and we deal with their investments personally, and we oversee their investment portfolio personally, and we meet with everyone regularly. It is the kind of service that family wealth programs have, but most people have advisors who are just middlemen, not at Martino Capital. If you want this level of service, give us a call. We will review everything you have free of charge. 303-771-HELP. You have my word on this. 303-771-4357, martinocapital.com.
Guys.
I mean, it's my number, but I'd prefer if she didn't have that. It's my number, but I'd prefer if she didn't have that.
Why is it your number?
Because I don't have a second number.
Yeah, Suzanne always had a Google number.
Yeah, do you have a Google number? We had to set him up with that.
I don't know how else she can get it to us. Oh, ask her if she can email it. Just ask her if she can email it, not text it.
Okay. Hey, instead of texting, are you able to email it?
There's a whole nother part to this. We're going down the wrong areas.
She said they kept it. They talked her to keeping it. Then she said she got a HELOC.
They're suing her. She's got a court date coming up. That's where this is going.
Oh my God.
Yes.
People get themselves into so much trouble. My God.
I thought, oh, where'd that come from?
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, I'm on.
Without getting too technical here, that woman that called about the trailer park and the rewire, the repiping and all that, did you pass that on to somebody?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Who have you been dealing with? What's his first name? It's not Adam anymore, right?
No, hold on, I'll tell you.
Yeah, no, take your time. You're good. I'll check back in a couple minutes. Thank you.
I don't think they had any of that work done, though.
No, I know. I don't know. Rick Springfield is 77 years old. Wow.
Have you seen him without his shirt on?
Why?
Do it.
Why?
Do it. Google Rick Springfield shirtless.
Why?
Do it.
Okay. I don't know if I want.
Do it.
You're saying he looks good for 77.
He looks good for 27.
That's wild.
Oh my gosh.
What's his name? Rick?
Rick Springfield. What's his name?
Shirtless. I hate to have that in my search history.
Dude, you searched much worse.
I can't wait to see what ads you're going to start getting next on your computer.
I can imagine.
I shudder to think.
I see him.
Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
Come on.
What are you, jonesing for him? What the frick?
Well, I mean, I don't normally want to be other people, but I'd settle for being Rick Springfield right now.
That's interesting.
But the one person I always wanted to be was Robert Palmer. Oh, did he have it made? Sorry about the cancer and stuff and dying young, but golly, what a great life. So classy. But in a pinch, Springfield. And he's just jamming out every night on, well, not every night.
No, he's doing good, man. He's doing really good.
Golly.
People love him.
I had a girl drag me to his show. It must have been in like 82 up in northern Michigan, mostly so we could make out. Not Rick and I, her and I.
She and I.
I and she.
No.
She is subject. Her is object.
Me and her and you, her and you are we, and I am one together. What?
I cannot figure out. I simply can't search in this fucking thing, so I can't tell you his name.
That makes no sense.
Well, you know
You can't search in the what she sent?
No, I can't search in my email. I have no idea why. This computer sucks. That'll be the answer.
Why don't you bring one from home?
Yeah.
I just responded back. They asked for my broker's contact information, so I just responded back with his name and CC'd him on the email. Yeah. And
All right, coming back.
Coming back.
they responded.
.com.
All right. I'd like to help Christine if we can. Really, our goal
I'm
is to
working
help.
on it.
No, that's okay. Our goal is to help people. Christine, here's what I need to know. You said when you told them you had a HELOC, did you tell them you would then use the HELOC for the windows instead of their loan?
Yeah.
And so what did they do with their loan?
I have no idea, honestly.
Did they install your hold on. Did they install your windows?
No, they did not, and we have never given them any money either.
Okay, so what is going on now? This was December and January. So what's going on now? And why did you get a HELOC, by the way?
Oh, that was for me personally to pay off some credit card debt and some other debt.
So then where does it stand right now?
Well, right now we got a court summons, and I'm.
Well, what for though? What are they suing you for?
They're saying that they still want the money because we were in breach of contract.
So they're saying that you had a contract to do windows for $33,000?
Yeah.
But you never got the other loan, right?
And they're saying it was, I would assume it says contingent on the financing somewhere.
Maybe not though, Mark. I mean.
Yeah, it might. I have some of that stuff on my computer. Just
Christine, did you sign a contract for windows? That's pretty easy. Yes or no?
Yeah,
okay, good.
We did.
Okay, and how much was the total job going to be? They said 33, but then they said they could only get you approved for less. What did the final contract price turn out to be?
Like $15,000, $14,000. It was something like that.
So they lowered the price when you could not get the $33,000?
Right.
Okay.
How much are they actually suing you for?
let's see.
So you signed a contract for windows. How many windows?
Like 10. Yeah,
Okay.
$13,212
Okay.
is what they want.
Okay. And so they're saying that you signed a contract for 10 windows and now you let them do it. I'm going to tell you something. They're probably going to win.
Wait, Tom, they can't win the entire 15,000 because they didn't do any work. That's why I asked how much they're actually suing her for.
Well, they're going to sue her. Hold on. Yeah, they're suing her for breach of contract, which means there's going to be some losses. I don't know where they came up with the money. I don't know if they're suing for specific performance where they get to do the windows. I don't really know what they're suing.
That's why I asked Christine how much they're suing her for.
Well, she said, are you saying they're suing you for 15 grand?
13.
Yeah, that's not going to fly unless she defaults out of this. You can't pretend like you did the work.
No, but there are losses with a breach.
Right, but the losses on a $15,000 deal is not $13,000.
No, it's whatever they lost.
It's the profit they anticipated and didn't get.
What about if they ordered windows? What about if they ordered windows?
No, they never did get the windows ordered.
How do you know?
So technically, they are.
How do you know? How do you know they did not order windows?
Because they have been sending us other emails saying you need to fill these out so we can get the windows ordered. You need to fill out this.
Okay.
So we can order
When do you have to go to court?
Well, we never did.
When do you have to go to
We
court?
never did.
When do you have to go to court?
The 3rd.
Oh, like next week?
Next week. Do you have an attorney?
Yeah. No, we can't afford one. That's why I tried to go through legal aid. But apparently the lady that kind of was helping us all along from there, once I called her back and told her that we did get this summons, she goes, well, technically I cannot represent
No. Legal aid doesn't represent people in these kinds of suits.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah.
Listen, what does the company want from you right now? What if you told them to go ahead and install the windows, would they drop the lawsuit and install the windows?
I don't know.
Listen, I would go to court. You're going to have to go to court. Just tell the judge what's going on. Explain the story just like you did to us. If they end up getting a judgment, that's fine. You file for bankruptcy and it's over.
But that's what she might have to do unless she has a ton of equity. I don't know.
Well, that'll end it. I mean, what's a ton? How much equity do you have? Do you have over like $150,000 in equity?
Yeah, my house is paid off.
And how much is it worth?
Probably about $700.
Yeah, they're gonna foreclose on her house. She's gonna lose her house.
They better not.
What do you mean? Who cares, Christine, what you think? This is what I don't understand. People think, oh, they better not. That's not fair. And they get themselves in all kinds of trouble. You're in trouble right now. They can take your house. They can. You better hire an attorney. I'm not kidding you. If you don't, you could lose your house. I have seen it done before. Okay?
No.
Christine, they can sell your house, make you sell it, and take the proceeds to pay themselves off. You would get what's left over, but you could lose your home. I am telling you the God's honest truth. Now listen, here's why I say, if they would settle for you having the windows installed, then maybe you should just have the windows installed and pay them. You're going to pay one way or another.
Right. Well, I hear what you're saying. I'm scared. Yeah.
I don't blame you for being scared. You really need an attorney. You really need to consult an attorney. I'm serious.
I'm pretty sure. Well, I did send that email. I don't know if you guys got it yet, but I did send that email with a copy of the summons and a copy of the letter from legal aid.
Do you also have a copy of the contract you signed?
No, somewhere, but it's going to take me a minute to find it. It's
Well, that would
crazy.
definitely help if we can look at that too.
What's the name of What's the name of the company?
Ameritech Windows.
Ameritech.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have? I mean, did you ask them what they want? What would they take to drop this lawsuit? Did you ask them that?
No, I haven't. I don't know. I've been advised maybe to kind of just stay away from them.
Okay. Who advised you of that? Who advised you of that?
The people over at Legal Aid.
Oh, really? Okay. So you can't
I
stay
bet
away now.
That was probably
you're being
before
sued.
she was served.
Yeah, you're being sued right now. So you're going to have to go to court. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
So you were going to go alone, and what were you going to say to the judge?
Well, no, obviously I have to take Charles with me because his name's on there also.
And who's Charles? Is he an attorney?
My son-in-law. No, he's my son-in-law.
So what do you plan on saying when you go before the judge?
Just trying to explain to the judge that they kind of took advantage of us. And
you think
that
that's going to... Okay.
They did some stuff.
All right.
They did some stuff that they weren't supposed to do.
Like, give me an idea. What did they do that they weren't supposed to do? What did they do?
Okay, well, according to Legal Aid, let's see. Ameritech Windows was unable to obtain finance for the full contract, which approved only $15,000. Despite this limitation, Ameritech Windows continued to pursue financing through additional lenders. After learning that full financing could not be obtained, Ms. Wetzik again notified Ameritech Windows she wished to cancel the contract. Notwithstanding her request, Ameritech Windows continued submitting credit applications on her behalf to multiple lenders.
That might work. Are you going to you're going to show the attorney that the judge that letter?
Yeah, and then it says Ameritech Windows presented.
You're going to lose
information to the lenders.
You're going to lose. You're going to lose. But anyway, we got to take this break. Hold on. Just hang on.
Go ahead.
Just hang on, okay? Christine, I have seen more and more homeowners lose their shirts over stuff like this. These companies know what they are doing. You think that judges listen to logic. You think that judges care about what you think and what you thought and what you feel. That is not what happens in a court of law. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Yep. All right, 6 minutes.
Thank you. You know, this is horrendous. It's horrendous.
I think I have a very positive direction to contribute to this, which is completely different.
Tell her to hang on. But do you think there's any way she can get out of it?
Yes.
Hey, just hang on.
What way do you think she can get out of it?
Do you mean to tell you now or surprise you?
No, surprise. But here's the deal. Dimitri, I've seen people like this.
I know, but this conversation went in the wrong direction because she derailed it. There's a logical direction that I can suggest that I think is going to work very well in her favor.
No.
I just forwarded both of you guys her email to me with the letters.
Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, of course. Oh, hang on. Hang on, I missed your email. Hang on. Typed it wrong.
There's a crime though that they didn't do any work.
Yeah.
Do you use Grok outside of?
I use Grok all the time.
I know, but are you in the site when you're?
Oh, it's like, well, on the phone it's an app, but on a PC it's Grok. It's Grok.com, and you log in.
But you don't have to be on X to use Grok.
No, but I happen to be because I bought. I happen to be, but no, you do not have to.
You can go straight.
You can have just Grok. Like Susanna has straight Grok. We paid a year in advance for hers. I love it. I mean, it helps me out. That whole thing I'm doing with you, that's almost all Grok.
Yeah.
So I'll do it. I'll send it over to Brad to eyeball. He'll say, okay, I'd add this. I go back and I add it. fact, Rock's the one that said, why, now that it's an LLC, we need to do a personal guarantee. And I was like, I knew that. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, no, it's.
But now the new one has bots. So I haven't tried that yet. I mean, it just came out. I don't know how much it is or anything, but I got the advertisement last time I logged in. So you can set the bots to go out and log into stuff. So for example, QuickBooks. You could log in for the bot the first time so it knows how to log into your QuickBooks and then tell it to whatever you want to do. Okay, go figure out how to run these reports in QuickBooks for me. Go do this. Go invoice people. Whatever you can ask the bot to do. It's like your assistant. The first time you log in, though, you basically got to do it because the bot doesn't know how to log in.
It just kind of knows where to go once after that.
Yeah, well, once it's logged in, then you give it
thoroughly
instructions what you
enjoying
want done
vehicles
inside of whatever
versus
you're
protesters on Instagram. Oh, thud.
Yeah.
I haven't done the personal one.
And then the screaming and yelling like you didn't know. Oh my God! Look
I
what
do
he
rock.
did.
It's in our cars.
Doctor.
Too, so.
I just didn't know if you could just, or if it's just through that.
Oh, that girl did.
You might have to have an X account, but you don't have to. You can have a free account. I paid for the check mark just because it's my exact name. I mean, I don't even use it. I mean, I don't think I've ever posted anything one time.
What does Grok cost for your page?
I wanted to say mine was about 500, but I was also paying for the check mark, and I think hers was 280, and that's for the year. If it wasn't built into our car, I might have looked at other stuff, but in both of our cars,
It's just seamless.
yeah, you just talk to it.
Right?
Yeah, like if I set the directions here to home, I can go, hey, Grok, find me a Starbucks on the way home that's not off the route. Or just sit there and talk about whatever. And it'll actually tell the car where to go.
Amazing.
Yeah, it is.
The robo-taxis, though, those will be really crazy. Like, you know, you have family or someone come to the airport or even yourself, you're basically telling your car, leave your house, come to the airport at 4 o'clock or whenever, pick me up and bring me home.
So you're saying you could be flying in and go to Grok and they would pull out of your garage, go pick you up.
Once the cyber cabs are regulated in whatever city, yeah, it's exactly what you could do.
This is crazy.
Mark, though, don't you think we're going to get to a point where everything is just too easy, though?
Well, actually, Elon Musk talked about that.
Yeah.
Where basically robots, computers do everything. Actually, it's not even do everything, it's produce everything. So think about it. They make the electricity, they make everything. They produce everything. I don't know what humans would do because at that point, everybody would have anything they pretty much needed and possibly even wanted.
Mm-hmm.
If the robots are farming, think about it, you wouldn't need employees anymore.
No.
And they're the ones producing their own power.
Yeah.
But Elon talks about that. Like, I mean, you might look at it as utopia, but what's curious, to answer your question, Frank, just self-driving all the time makes you kind of dumb on driving.
Well, I was going to say you lose some skill after a while, don't you think?
Not skill like steering, but skill like in getting off at the right exit. I mean, I flew by the same airport twice in a rental car because I'm so used to my car just driving me to parking wherever I go. All of a sudden, we blew by the Atlanta airport, and I was like, dang it, I missed it. And I turned around. It was like 5 miles later. It was the first available turnaround on the highway, and I blew by.
All right, Tom, you want to talk again?
Yeah, easy, man.
What's that?
Was it
Don't wanna be on the
Einstein or
air?
somebody that said everything should be as easy as possible,
There
but
you
not
go.
too easy?
Hey, Tom Martino here with Major Marc Mager, and we have people in the studio. Of course, we have John Clace from CMG Financial, CMG Mortgage. You can find him at partnerandlending.com. And then we have Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, and Stephanie Thomas, real estate. And we have, she's with Coldwell Bankers in Colorado Springs. And we're talking about real estate, but I want to finish up with this woman. And Deputy D said, maybe it's not as dire as I've painted the picture. But here's what we have. A woman who basically, the basics are this, even though she'll say she didn't understand it all, she signed a contract for windows. She also signed a financing agreement for 33 grand that did not go through. Now, I don't know about what happened after that, if she signed another agreement for them to keep going and getting another loan, or what she did. The other situation is they are now suing her for breach of contract. I don't know what the lawsuit says. What the remedy is. Usually you put forth remedies in that lawsuit. Do they say what their losses are, Christine, by the way? Do they list what their losses are? Mark, did you look at that lawsuit?
I'm actually looking at it this second.
I'm mainly interested in how they're delineating their losses. How are they listing those losses? Deputy D wanted to weigh in on it. Go ahead, D.
Look, Tom, I just got a copy of this lawsuit too, so I haven't really gotten to that part.
Okay.
But here's what I do know. You can ask for anything you want. It
right,
doesn't
that's
mean
right.
that you're entitled to get it. And it sounds like they're asking for everything they want. So what I think Christine should do, first of all, you said that, what are you going to say to the judge? How are you going to explain to this judge? There is going to be no conversation with the judge unless Christine does one of two things. She either files an answer on the due date, which sounds like it's the 3rd, or she asks for an extension of time to file an answer. Now, if she tells the court that she's looking for an attorney and she's about to get one, she just needs an extra 30 days to file an answer, she will probably get that extra 30 days. Christine said that she doesn't have the money for an attorney, but she also said that she has a $700,000 house that's unencumbered with any debt.
Right.
So since we got John Place,
he has some HELOC.
Well, but she sounds like she has a ton of equity. So if she should make 2 calls. The first is to John Clace from CMG Mortgage to see if she can access some of that equity so that she can hire an attorney. And then she can hire an attorney, and I'll be happy to refer her to my own business attorney here at the Tech Center, who does a wonderful job. That attorney might be able to put the kibosh, if not on the suit, then at least on this outrageous $13,000 demand based on a $14,000 contract that didn't even perform. At most, they should be able to collect their lost profit, which does not add up to $13,000 or $14,000.
I really need that original contract to look at, Christine.
Well, I'm
Can
looking
you get
at
us
it.
that?
No, I'm not looking at the contract. I'm looking at the complaint. It said that they signed a contract, and it said the parties entered into a contract to procure the replacement windows, and that the defendants basically canceled the contract outside, they say, of the 3-day right. Plaintiff seeks liquidated damages. This is what they say, in the amount of $13,000, 40% of the contract price of $33,000, plus pre and post judgment interest, as well as attorney's fees and costs as contemplated in the contract. So they're saying that $13,000 is their loss, and they're arbitrarily saying 40% of the contract.
Yeah, you can't just rely on arbitrary,
unless the contract says liquidated damages are 40%.
So the way it was explained to me, I too had a business contract that specified liquidated damages. Those are actually very difficult to get because they're frequently perceived by the court as penalties. And I'm not sure why penalties are not looked upon favorably, but they are. And that's why Christine really is not going to be able to, she's in no position to defend this suit herself.
But she has a nice letter here from a firm that supposedly, who wrote this letter for you, Christine? It sounds like it's well thought out. Is this what Legal Aid wrote for you?
Yes.
And they said that you retained them. How much would it cost? They said they couldn't represent you, but this looks like it's a private law firm that volunteers at Legal Aid now and then. How much would they charge? How much would they charge you to represent you?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't ask them that. The only thing they said was that they referred me to another attorney, which I did get a free 30-minute consultation from him, and he said he charges like $240 an hour to do that, but he suggested
that's cheap.
Yeah.
That's cheap. And you got to hire an attorney no matter what it costs, because if you mess this up, they're going to get whatever they want in court, and then you really could lose your house.
Yeah, you could. You could end up with attorney's fees and everything. This is nothing to fool around with. If I were you, I would hire an attorney to take this on, to fight it for you.
You know who might be good is Neil Hollington.
They use Legal Shield, and basically that's just like a prepaid, legal plan.
Who uses that?
The person that is suing her, the company, the window company.
No. There's a law firm on that.
Really? Because Legal Shield normally doesn't go after people. They normally just defend. But
no.
I think all they do is write letters. To be quite frank,
Cross Law is suing her, and Cross Law is a law firm near downtown Denver.
So Cross Law, Mark, he says, is the one representing
the plaintiff.
Yeah. Maybe whoever wrote that letter on her behalf used Legal Shield.
That was not an impressive letter. So guys, give me a couple of minutes.
Well, it was better than nothing. Actually, I read that letter. It was better than nothing. It brought up some defenses.
It is. It's on her behalf, Christine's. So that was Legal Shield. Whoever she went to for that free help, they use Legal Shield. I get it.
I get it. So are they the ones that wrote up that letter?
Yeah.
And is it Legal Shield, or you said Legal Aid? Is it Legal Shield?
Okay, it's Legal Shield. It used to be called Legal Aid, but I guess they're Legal Shield now.
No, actually, what didn't used to be called Legal Aid. Legal Shield and Legal Aid are two different things. Legal Aid is a free service of pro bono services for certain things. Legal Shield is a membership. It's a very separate service. Did you ever belong to Legal Shield that you paid for?
I did. Yes, I did. When I originally called Legal Aid, they gave me this phone number for Legal Shield, so I guess I just assumed that that's what they are now.
Okay.
And there are a lot of assumptions in
God almighty. I feel so bad for her, because seriously, she is so ignorant of these things. She is. I don't mean that in a smart ass way. I just mean you really have no idea what's going on. You have no idea, Christine, how much trouble this can make for you. You really don't. We got to take this break. I'm sorry. We're running out of time. We got to take this break. By the way, John Fuller is our personal injury expert. He can be yours too for a phone call, and he can get started on your case with the very first phone call. No obligation, but certainly you should call for help. 303-597-4500.
Yep. You got whatever here.
All right. Well, I just read the complaint.
Yes. And
it all fits onto one page, including the caption, which means this is a bullshit lawsuit, and they're just hoping that she will default. This is
right. That's probably right.
Complaint means that's all they got going for them. I guarantee you this is going to be easily defendable if she does exactly what I suggested.
It's at our house, but
she might fuck that up too.
Oh goodness, maybe. They do our roads all the time though, so.
It's one page.
Not where I'm at anyway. Oh, Manitou. Yes. I'm like, no, not at my house.
That's right. Manitou Springs.
My house is pretty good. And our neighbor's he owns an excavating company, so if anything gets bad, he comes over and fixes it for me. Yeah. Yeah, no. We actually had to redo our driveways and stuff when we bought our house because it was really bad. They didn't do, remember the moat you'd have to cross to get over there, Mark? The big cracks in that driveway until we had it redone, but remember when we first bought our house, how bad the driveway was?
Oh my God, they had a moat.
Mark called it a moat.
Everybody away.
Yeah.
My car simply wouldn't go there. You couldn't.
So they claim.
Yeah. Now it's fine because
they
we've
claim
had our
that the contract price was $33,000, and they want 40% of that as liquidated damages.
They had alligators.
40% is outrageous. It's outrageous. Also, when you submit a one-page to 3-paragraph lawsuit, that means only one thing. You're just rolling the dice that the defendant will default. And most of them do. This is not a serious case. This is not a serious...
But she has to take it seriously.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a serious complaint, right?
I know what you mean.
She needs to hire a lawyer to blow this out of the water, because this is not how you sue somebody. I just sued somebody yesterday. There are 34 paragraphs in my lawsuit. And that's short. Look at this. That's short. That's how you're supposed to sue people. Not a 3 paragraph. The first paragraph is who the party is. The second paragraph is the claim. The third paragraph says, and nothing is attached. There's no contract. There's no attachments.
National Association of Realtors put out that, I think it was at the beginning of 26.
I bet it'll cost her only a few $1,000s, and she can probably get the money from John Clace.
What I have read.
I also looked up her house. It's a very nice property.
So I've read that, though, that it's, which just is, I mean, that just shows you and tells you how.
Mark, do I have time for go grab some water?
Of course you do.
Okay.
In fact, I'll grab you one, Frank. I'll be right back.
I'll just fill this. I just fill this thing up so we don't waste water.
Oh, okay. It's easy. I won't complain.
Why waste when I can just drink regular?
Well, I've been seeing this commercial a lot. Beef tallow.
You ever tried it?
I don't think Suzanne's ever used it. I don't recall ever using it.
Yeah, whatever. It's just to give it to sell.
Is it like butter, basically?
It's like lard, basically. Yeah, replaces butter.
No, beef tallow is beef fat. That's all it is.
So it's lard.
No, lard is pork fat. Tallow is beef fat.
Okay.
So it's drippings.
Delicious.
So
beef fat.
it's beef lard.
No.
Beef lard?
No, it's like saying
it's beef lard.
No, it's like saying it's an apple orange.
It is. I've seen those, and I've had one in Florida.
That's not how that works.
It's had an apple orange.
Tallow is beef fat. Lard is pork fat.
Is what fat? Lard?
Lard is pork fat.
I've had a cherry watermelon before.
That's different.
Definitely cherry tomato.
Have you had those cherry tomatoes? Yep.
Yeah.
Have you ever had beef lard?
Oh, yeah.
I love beef lard.
Slather it on myself.
Fancy people call it tallow. Ooh, tallow.
That's what I call it.
Hello.
That's what we downtown sophisticates call it.
Uptown.
Beef lard?
The JFK types.
Tom, I'm serious. Christine's problem is easily solvable. She just, as long as she doesn't fuck it up. And the way she doesn't fuck it up is pass it on to a lawyer. That's the only way.
Oh,
I think it's easily solvable.
Dimitri, you were totally wrong. Lard does not come from beef. It strictly comes from pigs.
As soon as I'm done publicly masturbating here, I'll be ready.
1, 2, and 3.
Now, wait a minute, though. Tallow comes from more than
And then she found one
cows.
that she
Did you
loved.
know that?
No.
Which, of
What
course,
else?
was not
What
her
else does
criteria.
tallow come
Sheep.
from?
And he's like,
Oh yeah, I knew that.
I didn't know that.
she's like, what the heck, dude?
I know tallow, but
No.
not
Yeah, that's
tallow.
actually no. I did not know
brown
that sheep fat is also called tallow.
Well, I did.
She's actually.
No, you didn't. You thought it
What does
came
the
from
first
pigs.
segment mean?
It does.
I've been so busy, I've hardly seen her since she got in town last week. But
Yeah, I'm sticking
Now,
around.
okay, let me
I
ask
have
you
a
this.
breather a little bit,
If
so
you
I'm gonna
had
go
a
meet her.
pig knock
Go
up a
meet her for
dairy
lunch.
cow,
Well, why would you
would it
put
be
off the last one
lard
if the
or would
first
it
one
be
last?
tallow?
I know the meat would be called bork.
Oh, I got it all off of.
Pigs.
Hi, Tom Martino with Major Marc Mager. What are you doing? How can we help you? Dee's got a lot to say about this lawsuit. And I will say this. He does file a lot of lawsuits on his own behalf. He's not giving legal advice, but he's giving his impression based on the dozens of lawsuits he has seen. And back in my day when I was filing them, I could say the same thing, but I'm not adverse. I'm not well versed, I should say, on today's lawsuits for breach of contract as this one is. But in short, and we'll elaborate it on it after the break, and then we have some real estate questions coming in. What would you say, D? You would say this is a poorly drafted.
Yes, lawsuit. It's 3 paragraphs, Tom. The lawsuit is 3 paragraphs. She needs to invest in an attorney right now.
Yeah, and it's not going to take much to defend, but she's got to do it. Please hang on, and we'll talk about it coming up.
Very nice.
All right. Did he tell you what died?
Who?
Dylan, did he tell you what died down Choppers?
No.
KBM power switch at the basement.
KBM power switch? What is power switch?
Power cord.
Oh.
The power cord of KBM.
Oh, it was kind of warm when I unplugged it and stuck it back in.
Yeah.
I should have thought. I should have.
You moved the KBM switch downstairs too? Well, sorry.
Did you go in the room? Were you in the room? No, not you in the room. But you know, when you ask, were you present in space and time when you? Fuck off. Yes, I thought so. Although it doesn't it bite you in the ass when there is one? You know. Well, did you invert the power?
Dolly Parton. Is she? That's too bad. I like Dolly Parton. She was having some health problems.
But as soon as he swapped out the cables, it worked perfectly.
Oh, you cable swapping son of a bitch, you!
Clint Eastwood still keeps ticking along, man. 94 years old.
Have a good day.
This on, so you can use it instead of.
Damn, I didn't get to that yet.
See, that's why you're such a kind person. I saw her doing. Again, nobody will believe me if I tell them.
I will swear to stack.
Lady had a lot of spunk.
Yeah. See you later.
Yeah, I liked her.
Yeah. She did good things.
Yeah.
And it's still wet.
And she was kind to people, and I like that.
Read a story about Charles Manson's son.
Some of those celebrities that get
Charles
such
Manson
a
had
fee.
a kid.
Yeah.
They're not.
Who was? Oh wait. Was it Manson? Did Bundy? Oh yes, it was Bundy. We were talking about Ted Bundy.
Okay.
Conceived a child while on death row.
Oh wow, yes.
Not through a conjugal visit.
Oh, of course.
But a woman
What's that?
snuck him
Did
a
they
condom,
tranquilize
filled
you
it
or
up, and
something?
they-
No. Get you so quiet.
They tranquilize Mark.
Horse tranquilizer. Yeah.
Squirted that in there. And
You're going to be quiet for a second.
There's still one or two little swimmers at work. I had a friend out of high school who.
I'm Chopper.
Chopper, I'm John. I'm a Yankee fan. So.
I assumed that you were. I was listening.
oh wow, yeah.
We're starting to play.
And you know, out of high school, I mean, you're thinking about stuff all the time.
You're a Yankee fan?
Down there stuff.
Yeah, I was born back there. And
We asked his mom once. Miss Cohen?
Aren't they the only franchise to ever win a pennant every decade? Or did they this one decade?
210. I don't think they've won one yet.
Doctor would answer.
It's probably women.
Two.
No?
She said, "Oh my God, no! They've already got everything they're gonna have.
Oh?
Sure, part of their body fills up with blood as it, little."
Spews out every month, yeah.
But she goes, "Do you guys know that you are bifurcating cells and attaching tails to them at about the rate of 22 million a day?"
Yeah, that sounds about right.
She's like, "Oh no, guys, no, yeah, no, yeah." It's like, I may not want to think about that for the rest of my life, but I guess that is going on.
What's the name of that? Rio? Is it what you guys merged with?
REAL.
Capitalists have sent 30 emails.
I don't know, John. I've been so busy. I have had very little time.
What's
They
that?
sent us an email yesterday about it, and I haven't even really read up on it. I've been so busy.
Well, it's a very good possibility. I'll have to check. There's a
Yeah.
So she
yeah.
knows
It's
all about it,
I come in carrying that thing.
Well, Compass acquired Hopewell.
Yeah.
Tom, we changed the deputies. Chopper's here Dollar's gone.
This is a change.
Did you kill him?
No, they just switched today since it was a full house.
Well, no, there's a wet. There's a.
But yeah, we won't even.
Oh, it was just shiny.
A lot of things they offer discounts if on your like if you're gonna list and if you're gonna buy and they intermix it all.
Real does it?
No.
Redfin.
Redfin does, yeah. Yeah, Redfin does.
Okay. I got a podcast 6 hours of shows.
No, since you weren't able to.
Now since I'm able to.
D.
Mm-hmm.
But you are literally entertaining dozens of people. Although actually, what is it between all the shows? You're looking at about 12,000 people?
Ross's, the full show podcast will probably hit, I think it's anywhere between 800 to 1,000.
Oh, okay. I thought between all three shows.
And then Michael's about 2,000 apiece.
Well, I think they were like 6,000 each. Whatever.
Maybe it was after a couple of days.
Okay, well.
I'm just thinking the first 24 hours.
Yeah, so you end up with about 7,000 between? No, because what's Tom? You do Tom.
400.
You care about that?
400, 500.
I love that he thinks he was the most downloaded show here. Love that.
Is your mom staying in Denver or does
I
she
mean,
stay
how?
out there?
Listen, it's
Oh,
a
she's
like
actually staying with my sister in the Springs right now.
Usually I love Trump.
Biggest
So,
best.
when somebody says
Who's staying with your? Oh,
My mom's in town.
Oh my God, come on,
cool. How come she's not up with you guys?
Cause I've been so busy working. I've been running like crazy.
Best thing ever.
the biggest deal in the last.
Nobody beat her today.
I think Ross and Mandy are pretty much tied roughly about 1,000. Michael's almost 2,000.
Oh my God, Jim's traveling. I thought I traveled a lot. This guy's going to the Mediterranean
Let's take a look.
for 3 weeks, then Florida for a month, then North Carolina for Thanksgiving. That's 2-3 months trip.
175.
Get the fuck out.
West dollar system. Canada. The trade talks failed. Will match. Washington's new tariffs. Clancy. Final witnesses. Psychotic features.
It's the Dan Kaplan Show. Afternoons 4 to 6.
Hey, Tuesday at 4. One of the greatest things in the world for kids is youth sports. But has youth sports become too expensive, demanding, professional? Join me at 4.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino and Major Marc Mager.
Hi, Tom Martino here with Major Marc Mager and the crew at the company station studio iHeart, and we are coming to you live every day, weekdays 10 to 2. Tell people if they need help, they can call 303 Martino 24/7 and leave a message 303-627-8466. Okay, let's finish up with this window thing because I want everyone to hear this. When it there are two things you can do with contracts. Okay, one is sue for breach of contract and ask for specific performance. The other one is to ask for damages. Specific performance is a very difficult thing to get. What you're saying is, I want this contract fulfilled. And I've always said, if you make someone fulfill a contract, like you signed a contract to have this done, they decided they didn't want to do it, and then you force them to do it, you don't always get the best results. So liquidated damages or actual damages. So I should have said 3 different things: specific performance, actual damages, or liquidated damages. And here's the bottom line. is when it comes to a window company, Dimitri seems to think it's outrageous that they're asking for 40%. And that seems to be quite arbitrary. They're suing Christine, saying she signed a contract in December and never allowed them to put in the windows. And they're suing her for 40% of the contract. I think that they would have a case possibly if they sued her for actual damages and could show they ordered windows and could not
No,
restock.
they actually say in that lawsuit they never ordered anything. I can't believe they put that in there, actually.
Then I don't know where they come up with, Mark, 40%.
You know what?
I don't go ahead, G.
Tom, I think that while Christine's situation is extremely serious, I don't think it's so dire or time sensitive as we thought until I read this lawsuit. There are 3 paragraphs to the lawsuit. The first one just identifies the co-defendants. The second paragraph says they want $13,000. The third paragraph just says how they arrived to it, which is liquidated damages. So I don't think, if I were Christine, and this isn't legal advice, I'm just telling you what I would do, I would just simply file an answer today and just say paragraph 1 admitted, paragraph 2 denied, paragraph 3 denied. That will buy her a huge amount of time, because then the court will have to set this for trial. That's going to be months ahead of time. This will give
That'll buy her time. You're right.
Give her more than a week she has now to go.
Now, we can't give her advice, but if it was you, if it were you, you would do that.
I would write paragraph 1 admitted, paragraph 2 and 3 denied. File it with the answer fee. That will give her weeks. That will give her several more weeks to access some home equity from John Clace, and then go hire a lawyer to defend this lawsuit. And by the way, this lawsuit said that she signed a $33,000 contract. And now Christine told us that was the first one she signed, but then she says they kind of talked her into adjusting the contract. There's no mention here of the second contract she sounds like she signed, but it replaced the first contract.
I know it. Weird.
So this is not...
Christine, whatever you do, don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. You have to file an answer, even if it's as simple as what Dimitri would have done for himself. Paragraph 1 admitted.
Because paragraph 1, all that does is identifies the defendants and where they live.
And paragraph 2 and 3 denied, and then sign it, and then they'll set it for trial. At least that'll give you some breathing room. We're betting they just filed this lawsuit on the chance that you're going to default.
I guarantee you, I've read a ton of collection lawsuits, and credit card collection lawsuits are the worst. They're all one page. They're all filed like this without any supporting documentation, or at least insufficient supporting documentation. And they do this because they know 90% of defendants who are not represented just default right out. This is all they're looking for, is for Christine to miss the return date. Christine, does that make sense?
Yeah. Do you know of any pro bono attorneys, or can you recommend somebody I can call?
You're not going to find a free attorney, and you have a $700,000 home without any mortgage on it. What do you need a free attorney for?
She might not. I mean, John, let's just talk about this real quick.
So who do I call? John Cleese then, or what?
But what is your income?
That's just to get, he's not an attorney. No. That's to get some equity.
Yeah, how old are you, and what exactly, how much do you make in like Social Security or pensions? How much do you have coming in?
I have like $8.95 a month on my Social Security.
So, John, looking at 700,000, well, you know the question. Is that a doable thing?
Yeah. Do you mind me asking your age?
I'm 63.
Oh, yeah. Well, and you're,
so
we'd look at the credit, but yeah, no problem.
Okay.
So, Christine, are you going to file an answer?
Okay.
Are you going to file an answer just to buy some more time? And are you going to contact John to get some equity out of your house? And then are you going to contact a lawyer, and we can recommend 2 of them to hire to defend this baloney lawsuit?
Baloney?
I think it's baloney. The consequences are serious if you blow
I think she thought the lawyer's name was Baloney.
Oh.
Yeah.
His name should be Baloney, because look at this. He wrote a 3-paragraph lawsuit.
Okay, so who's an attorney I can contact?
Well, we can give him some contacts, so we'll give you 2 contacts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you got something to write this down with?
Yep.
So the attorney I know who sues contractors, his name is Neil Hollington. Okay, so you can look him up on the Google. Do you have the Google on your computer?
I do. Okay.
The second one is going to be Colin Moriarty. Both of them have
How do you spell that last name?
Moriarty, like Dr. Moriarty from Sherlock Holmes.
Moriarty.
Moriarty, Colin Moriarty. So either of those guys, tell them that the Tom Martino Show recommended that you contact them, and either of those guys will be able to help you with this.
Okay.
And you need to bring. Didn't you say when you try to cancel the $33,000 contract that they had you sign a $14,000 contract?
No, I know it's confusing, but yeah, the first one was.
I understand.
Yeah,
we gave her marching orders. We're just going over the same stuff 500 times.
Yeah, so let's just do that.
Just consider doing this. It's
Make
not
sure
legal
we have
advice.
the info.
Yeah, it's not legal advice. It's just something I would do, and I would do it today.
Yep.
Hey, I wanted to ask Frank and Stephanie a question. Can we pivot there for a sec?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do
so,
it. And
buyer or seller's market, for goodness sake, in the Springs compared to Denver. What I was seeing is in the Springs, it might actually be a seller's market. Frank, Stephanie, what do you guys think? Who's holding the upper hand right now in your respectful areas?
So in the Springs, our inventory, that month inventory kind of indicates we're a little more balanced, actually. It's not abnormal to see homes market for a couple months in a balanced market. So that's something that's real important to, kind of keep in your mind. That's single family homes. Now, townhomes, multifamily, we're definitely seeing, more inventory, which is very much leaning buyer market right now.
So, I mean, what kind of haircuts are they taking? Is there people selling condos and townhomes there that are actually losing money?
I've seen some pretty significant price reductions, just across the board. So.
And then what's the average time on market in the Springs?
Right now, with our active inventory as a whole, we're looking at 85 days.
Okay. Frank?
Yep.
Yes, friend, I'll tell you, I see more of a balanced market, although the market has cooled down slightly, which it normally does after the 4th of July. We're sitting a little over 13,000 active homes on the market. Pending sales are down slightly, median price down slightly by 1.54%. But the big story, Mark, is the condo market.
Same thing.
Oh my gosh, with this new rule as of August 3rd.
What is it?
Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac just retired a shortcut that 40% of all condo approvals in the country were running through called a limited review. So what this used to mean is they could just go off somebody's strong credit alone. Now lenders have to dig deep. They have to fully review, which is now mandatory. So Why
is that?
Well, I'll tell you what it is. With all these rule changes now, Tom, they have to do, unless it's a smaller complex like 10 units or less, they have to dig in deep budget, reserve funds, insurance programs.
Wow.
Delinquency rates. So basically that can make a condo non-warrantable. And that limits about 40% of the buyers. So they've just become a lot more strict now.
They're in trouble anyway. They were in trouble because of insurance. I'm telling you, Frank, I'm a little nervous about the multifamily. I think we're going to have a multifamily housing crisis. I mean it. I don't think people are going to be able to sell or buy them.
John, are you seeing these kind of things on the lending side?
So we just had a big call on that the other day, and it is a big deal because limited reviews used to bypass all that, but it really comes down to the insurance, and obviously sounds like
the reserves.
Yeah.
Well,
see,
how many
people
loans?
People don't want to pay a monthly, Mark. They don't want to pay a reasonable fee every month, and they keep them artificially low, and then that ends up in a bad financial condition.
So, does that affect the same for, say, a VA loan? How about for a conventional loan, a USDA loan, the all-in-one loan? Does the same rules apply across the board?
Yes, they almost apply across the board, and then you just go to non-warrantable, which it's
a whole different
the programs
deal.
Like all-in-one non-warrantable is a different deal, but. Yeah, they're all going to pretty much have to follow those to get.
So
to
if
get
you're
the
in a condo,
Fannie Mae
it's going to
approved.
be hard as hell to sell in certain circumstances.
Yeah, because it limits the buyer pool market. And honestly, I think
At least it's protecting the people, though.
Oh, yeah. And I think that part of the problem is increased insurance premiums and HOA fees have gone up. So lenders become a lot more strict now.
Maybe
So-
that'll free up some of the housing market. Well, no, because if they can't get approved to get in, what happens?
The market's going to crash. Frank has been kind of mildly saying that multifamily units are getting more and more difficult. I imagine there are some higher end ones, Frank and Stephanie, that may not be affected, but I'll bet there are a lot of, I hate to say this, but it's just true. In parts of Denver and Aurora, there are multifamily, there are condos and townhomes. They're going to be in very, very big trouble. They are. People can't afford to raise the monthly fees, and the HOAs are going to go broke. I don't even know what happens when that happens. Guys, what happens when the HOA doesn't have enough money to pay its bills? Seriously.
Well,
I guess eventually they'd get condemned.
Yeah. In fact, we just sold one where they had filed bankruptcy, so a new HOA took over. So this condo was non-warrantable. The buyer that ended up buying it was a cash buyer. Actually, they paid a pretty good price on it, so we were able to get it sold, but we could not have went the conventional route with that particular condo.
God. But even if you pay cash, let's say you can get a super deal and pay cash for a condo. Let's just say that, a young person, or maybe the parents help a young kid. They may end up in a place that doesn't have any maintenance or insurance or whatever. It could be a disaster.
That's right, Tom, because if they're not taking care of the area and they don't have the funds to do so, absolutely, that's going to hurt values. And then sometimes you see some of these condos, 20 of them go for sale overnight. All of a sudden, there's no buyer pool for that. What does that do to values?
God. And it all has to do with the fallacy that the HOA is separate and apart from the HO, which is the homeowner. The homeowner and the homeowner association, they're one in the same. You are part of the HOA. I can't stress that enough. You're not beating the system when you get the HOA's board to give in to you and charge minimal monthly payments. They will not have money in the coffers to fix anything. They will not have money in the coffers to keep it going. Now, I don't know if upscale condos downtown, if this is going to happen, I don't know. Guys, only you know. We got to talk about this. I predict a crisis in the multifamily market. It really is a crisis. I got to take this break. 303-713-TALK. Apple Air with an E, appleair.com, heating and air as we're coming into the winter. Keep this family in mind. 1988, started by the dad, his two sons, and his wife. Family owned and operated along with their crew. Appleair.com.
It's our summer sale time in Colorado. Hi folks, Dan Cicchini, done right kitchens, baths, counters, floors, finished basements, windows, and doors since 1985. Book your project now for select install dates this fall and save 14% on your done right remodel up to $3,000. Todd?
It's smart buy time, and ask about our financing options. Custom kitchen updates, unique cabinet resurfacing with unlimited colors, elegant bathrooms, finished basements, and replacement windows and doors done right. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right, drhi.com.
Hey, let's talk about Excel Roofing. If you want to learn about roofing, go to the website, Excel, as in excellent, E-X-C-E-L, excelroofing.com. That's where you will read about Excel Roofing. You can also, of course, check out their blogs about getting out of a contract if you're in with a bad roofer. Excel will never make you sign anything to inspect your roof, and all contracts are complete and to the point, so you'll know exactly what you're getting. And that's what you need when you file a claim with your insurance. excelroofing.com, 303-761-6400. Now I want to talk to you about something near and dear to my heart. I've been helping consumers for nearly 40 some odd years in Denver, more than 45 years, and about 53 years outside of Denver as well. And I have dedicated myself to helping people, and that's why I began Martino Capital. I have dedicated myself to bringing on clients and a team of financial advisors that personally manages each and every portfolio. We do not send it off to a large advisor and make middleman fees. If that's what's happening with you, you may want to re-examine things, especially while the market is good, so you have downside protection. Contact us at 303-771-HELP for a free and honest review. 303-771-HELP or martinocapital.com.
Tom, I looked up the litigation history of Americross.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
It's Ameritech or Americross?
Ameritech, I'm sorry. Ameritech Construction Corp of Colorado?
Yeah.
57 lawsuits.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Holy shit.
Let's talk about that.
Wow.
Well, your daughter.
I got you. It's just the only exchange is you have to be on the air to be on for us to in order for us to help.
Boy, I had to push him on that one.
Wait, Dolly Parton is dead?
Oh, no.
Is that true?
Oh, I don't know. She's got money.
It is, Tom.
Holy shit.
How much is it?
I'm going to miss them.
Oh, I see. Now they can defer that for a while. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's got a bell. Okay. It's got two bellies.
I think she was older than Dee's car.
She's just got bellies. Until it backs up, it won't matter. Eventually it will, though.
Dolly Parton. Oh, what a nice woman.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
That
Tony. Well, if
sucks.
you change
She's
your
really a
mind, you
great
can call this
person.
number back anytime, okay? Of course. Bye-bye.
Yeah, there she is with Kenny. Islands in the. They did a duo. Islands somewhere. Islands in the. Yeah, that was a good song.
She took off Dollywood, everything. I mean, she was marketing her.
You ever been there?
I have. It's very nice.
Is it really? Is that where she lives too?
I don't know. FEMA just happened to house me in a hotel right next to it. So
In Dollywood.
yeah, that's how I knew about it.
That's crazy. Remember that deal with Elvis's estate? Like these people tried to steal it. It was the craziest thing.
They were foreclosing, and they filed, and they actually got pretty far along.
Yeah. Was that just like a total scam?
Yeah, they actually arrested the lady eventually.
God, that's crazy.
If you think about it, ask your son about the Super Walmart next to Dolly World.
Where is Dolly World?
In Kentucky, Tennessee, right next to Knoxville. It's down the road. It has more cash register. It is like a tourist. You can't lines of people lined up. 30.
Just buying.
Yeah, active. Yeah, just buying stuff for everything.
Yeah.
I think it was the biggest Super Walmart I've ever seen.
Biggest one's in Albany.
Albany.
New York.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Why
Stupid
there?
place
Yeah.
for it. I think there used to be. It's 2 stories. So picture a Super Walmart on top of a Super Walmart, and I think whoever was up there when they bought the building went under. So they basically just took over the entire space.
What was the name of that superstore that they had in Thornton, North Glen? I mean, it was
Walmart?
No, it was gigantic.
I don't know.
The store.
I remember Incredible Universe. It's like a giant Radio Shack. I remember, well, in New York, they still, no, I think BJ's was bought maybe by Costco, but BJ's was big out there. Those were huge warehouse stores.
Yeah, they were.
Cub Foods used to be big out here.
Oh, Cub Foods, when I first moved here at Southwest Plaza, there was one. They were cheap, too. I mean, compared to what was going on back then. Walmart wasn't into groceries. Cubs, I think, was about the cheapest.
Yeah. Because it was kind of before Costco.
Cubs. I remember Cubs.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino Martino here. John Clay, CMG Financial for Mortgages. You can reach him. I love this website, partnerinlending.com. Partnerinlending.com. Frank Duran, the realestateman.com. Also, StephanieRE.com. Let's talk real estate. We have our experts in today. Is it a buyer's or seller's market? I was reading, and this is around the country, but I'm not sure how it fits in our markets here on the Front Range. But I have read where we've never had, not for recent history, we've had the lowest number of home buyers in 20 years. Guys?
Tom, I would say this, and this is just from being in the market every single day. And of course, this is price point to price point, area to area. I would tell you in general, this is a balanced market because back in 2008, we had a little over 26,000 active listings on the market for 5,000 buyers. Right now, recent DMAR report shows that we have 13,115 active listings with just under 3,500 pending. So truthfully, yes, that's going to help buyers negotiate better deals, but I don't think it's this big buyer's market quite yet. I think typically 6 months of inventory or more is more your rule of thumb for a buyer's market, although the condo market, I would say in many segments, is a buyer's market already.
Stephanie, what do you think?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. In Colorado Springs right now, if you look at our active inventory, which is a little over 3,000 homes, single family and multi combined, we've got a little under 1,000 under contract currently. So that's giving us about 4 months worth of inventory. And Frank's right on with the rule of thumb, that 1 to 3 month inventory, typically we call that a seller's market. 3 to 6, we call that balanced. And then once it exceeds 6, then we, refer to that as a buyer's market.
So houses were on the market.
Balanced.
At one time, houses would be on the market 2 or 3 days, and they thought that was a long time. I mean, are we seeing a brisk market like that anymore?
Not often. I've come across a couple of multiple offer situations where homes have gone incredibly quickly, but I would say that's more the exception right now than the rule.
So what would be average time on market be? For you guys, let's say, I don't care about the whole marketplace, but what are you guys seeing?
For detached right now, Tom, we're sitting around 35 days on average. For the condo market, 61 days. But, it's a funny thing. I had a higher end home. We had it under contract, I think, within just 4 days with multiple bids on it. Get a condo, which we're closing this Friday, and that one took some time. That took us about a little over 45 days to move that one, but we end up getting a good buyer on it.
Can you guys, if you're listing a house and let's say whoever you're listing for just simply wants too much for it, they talk you into listing it too,
right?
And it sits for a while, can you simply pull it off and then put it up the next day as a new listing again? Or do you have to wait a certain amount of time? Is there any way to tell if a house has truly been on the market like 5 times in the last year?
Mark, good question, and there's always a history. I don't know how it works in the spring, Stephanie, but I know for us, the rule with MLS is that if you expire the listing 30 days and then do it again, you'll get a fresh number, but there's still a history that shows on it.
Same, yeah. That 30-day rule of thumb is exactly what we see too. But we do have a history tab, and you can pull up and see all the previous sales. So if you are trying to refresh your listing by taking it off and putting it right back on, that way it redistributes, you can still see that it's been on the market.
Someone looking on, looky-looing on Realtor.com or Zillow or whatever, they can't do that. That's only you guys that can see that thing's been on and off.
I think anyone can see the history.
I think they can see history too.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So so when it comes down to pricing and negotiating, are sellers willing to give more incentives for the buyer? What are you finding as far as that goes? Are buyers becoming more demanding? What is actually happening?
I'm seeing a lot where buyers have some increased inventory, which gives them more options. So they are being a lot, more selective in what they're actually wanting, writing contracts on. I definitely am seeing that, technically we are in that balanced market again, which allows them to do some negotiating and possibly get a better deal than they have in years past. So I think that that's, a real positive. I am seeing sellers being a little more willing to give some incentive for interest rate buy down or helping with some closing cost, or maybe even considering offers that are coming in. But that's going to be very case by case with the particular seller, what their situation is, what their needs are as well.
John Clay, someone says they normally have for emergency funds, apart from their other money, they usually have about $100,000 in the bank, and it just sits there. How much would that substantially save them with one of the all-in-one loans? By the way, for those listening, people, that's where your assets that you keep for household emergencies or paying bills or anything, every penny of it counts against your average daily balance to save you money. So $100,000 could save them a substantial amount of money.
Yeah, obviously, if you depends on what you owe. I mean, if you owe $100,000, have $100,000, zero interest cost. But it's the idea of the all-in-one loan is also to make it your primary checking account, because to me, this tells me this person to able to have $100,000 in an emergency fund, this loan would work fantastic, because obviously they're saving money every month.
A lot of money
aside. Yeah.
Whatever the interest rate is, that's kind of what they're making on that money.
Yeah. So just that number alone would say, wow, that this guy would probably be, or a person would be a very good candidate for the all-in-one loan.
Isn't that the loan where generally whoever has it pays their house off in 8 years on average?
Our average client is paying it off in about 8 years.
I want to know, because I do have a text on that. They don't understand how that line of credit turns into a house being paid off quicker. So we'll talk about that coming up. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
Yeah, we're still in pretty good shape. Eastbound 6th Avenue, the ramp getting on to I-25. Got a left lane stall that's hanging up the ramp actually back to Federal, so may take a few extra minutes there. Southbound 25, the ramp getting on to eastbound 270 also backed up with some delays. That's into a construction zone there. Jewel and Garrison out in Lakewood on a crash, but the freeway's looking pretty good. Almost posted speed limit anywhere else around town. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Audible. When you start listening to books on Audible, traffic might seem like less of an annoyance and more of an opportunity for another chapter. Audible, stories that speak to you. New members can start listening with a 30-day free trial at audible.com.
I like talking about protecting yourself as a consumer. And when it comes to contracting, you've heard on this show every single day how people get ripped off. That's why I love GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Mark Szymanski. I've known him, I think, 25 years. I looked at my records. I think it's been like 25. And that was shortly after they got into business. They've been around, and they do roofing, gutters. They do fascia and soffits and siding and windows and doors and decks and painting and fences. Basically, Mark, everything. And that's why with hail damage, you can come in handy. Talk about the property walk around and what you can do.
I tell you, Tom, so we did have another, spattered storms here last week, and people's homes did get damaged in that. And it's a great time to call us to come out and walk your whole house. I mean, I was just at a person's house yesterday looking at the roof that the insurance company's denying it. And I'm not only going to get that roof bought, we're also going to get the siding bought on that house too, because it had damage that the insurance company did not pick up. They just ignored it completely, thinking the homeowner wouldn't notice the hail damage on their siding. I tell you, these insurance companies are getting not nice at all right now, and just some of the worst that we've seen in years. And you need somebody out there representing you and protecting all your assets that makes sure you're covered, everything that we do for you.
Yeah, and you notice more than just the roof. Even though you do roofing, you look at everything from the top down, right?
You bet. I mean, that's so many people miss things. Did you get damage on your fence? Did you get damage to your deck railings? Again, siding is a big one. You got little chips of paint out. Well, they're going to repaint your house if we call that out and show it to them.
And Mark, it's all one point of contact as well.
You bet. I mean, we're going to handle the whole thing. Any kind of damage that happens on your house, we're there to take care of it for you.
That's GenesisTotalExteriors.com. I mean, Mark and I have both used them personally. We can vouch for them. 303-679-8509. In this uncertain world, you can depend on GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
Hey, thank you, Mark. I hope you have a good one, okay?
When I was a young kid.
Nobody terminated?
No, it all did.
Oh, I thought you said
I started
nobody.
I started last week with every single thing I had.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now, this week,
Bear
got
Stadium.
four back under, so I'm
Okay. Which is nothing now, but that was my life.
That's
Yeah.
But
Somebody was talking
it's been an interesting ride,
Mark got a little soft. I didn't know that. Last month and a half.
Yeah. That's and you
weird
get a lot of Yankee fans because of that. And that was in my mind the Yankees.
Dies down for a couple weeks and the showings are slow.
Yeah,
and then it
I'm
picks up
feeling
again.
that too.
And I've just noticed that all year.
I wonder why.
It was kind of like, I wonder who the Yankees
think
are going to play in the World
a little
Series
bit of
this
what
year.
we hear, people panic over rates, a little bit of that anxiety. Rates have been back and forth, that kind of thing. But then again, Mark, I've had probably one of my more busy years this year too. So
in total,
you tell me. I don't know.
You know what's funny about you saying that is our car guys, both of them, Jeff Vick and Kevin Calkin, the first half of the year, they basically said it was like this: they'd be slammed one week, dead the next, which is crazy. That's the exact same thing you're saying.
Yeah.
I've experienced it. It's just been a roller coaster.
Loans are pretty much always. You've got to be somewhat consistent though, or Christmas sucks. I assume people aren't buying a home.
It used to be where you get after Thanksgiving through February 1st. I mean, nobody wanted to deal with getting a crap hole to buy or refinance a home.
Got it.
But it's picked up since. But the big thing is, if you throw a refi market on top of a purchase, then you're busy. Right now, there's been no refinance market.
Yeah. No one wants to cash out of the interest rate. That's why that second on the reverse is good.
It is. Like that lady who called, if she's living on that and has a $750,000, she must just be scared about the reverse mortgage, not to do a reverse.
I have no idea. She had
she
me
may
baffled.
not know.
It would.
I don't know how she pays her property taxes right now.
I'm like,
Well,
you're sitting.
I can tell you that she had some major income. If she's only getting $895 Social Security, that's like me, because I have a major pension through the city. You don't get
that. She'd
You
get
don't get the
more.
$2,000 Social Security
But
pension.
she said she didn't have a pension.
No, she said all she got. I asked her retirement, whatever.
Well, she had to have something to only get $895.
Maybe it's that dude that lives with her. Remember, there was a guy involved that signed the contract too.
The son-in-law.
Yeah, but don't you get?
I wonder if he lives there.
She did say he did.
Oh, he did. So
Mhm.
maybe he's bringing some of that to the table in order to live there.
An iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I think at some point in our lives, we should get an attorney to make it legal-like, but then have people like Mark and Dee and people who have used, and myself for the most part, as I said, mainly years ago, who have used the court systems and to their success and would have some pointers. It would be maybe a meeting for a consumer. I think it would be pretty cool.
That could be construed as practicing law
No, I'm saying we
without
have
a
an
license.
we have an attorney there. I'm saying. And we literally just talk about the logistics of it. And, what would be wrong with that? We would just be talking.
I don't think anything would be wrong with that.
And then Mark, you could give personal experiences, period. D could give personal experiences. I know Mark's talking about NDAs and all that, but I'm talking about you could give them without disclosure. Yeah. And I think, boy, what a wealth of information it could be. We once did one on the Contractors Trust Act for consumers, and we had a giant turnout. We had an attorney at the time who used to go after contractors for the Contractors Trust Act. And that would even be a big one, too, on how to protect yourself with home contracts. Again, if you use people, and I mean this sincerely, you use people we talk about, discountbath.com and Genesis Total Exteriors and all of these great people, you don't have to worry so much. But go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask Frank, Stephanie, and John something.
Yes.
So
go ahead.
When you get a new client, John, you're a little different on this. You'll come in the backside of it. But when you have a couple shopping for a house that, maybe it's their first house or they haven't bought a house in a long time, do you guys actually have insight and talk about first-time buyers program, talk about VA loans, talk about different ways to purchase the house? Or do you basically, that's not in your wheelhouse, so it's a guy like John talking about the products? Because I would guess a lot of people that call you, especially looking for their first house, have no idea what they qualify for, have no idea what the different loans are. My son-in-law, he had that VA loan through John. I didn't even realize it was 100% loan to value. I find that crazy. But do you guys educate your clients on that?
We do. I give them a preliminary overview, but then at some point we set them up with a great lender like John. So we set them up, we give them a good idea of expectation. And then that's where John will step in and do his part, and then we step back in and do our part with the real estate side.
And then, John, how do you decide when they sit down with you? I know the all-in-one because I witnessed it myself with my son-in-law and my daughter. You crunch numbers right there compared to the VA loan, and then you would give, okay, well, this one's no down, so you keep that money in your bank, but the payment is this, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, you showed the good, bad, and ugly on both loans. But when someone comes in that could do like a USDA, or they're looking for a jumbo, or like, what's that thing I was reading about, a Home Funded or a MedPro? What are those kind of loans? Because I see that on your website.
Yeah, we have a lot of different loan programs, especially with there's a lot of down payment assistance programs out there now that people, some of them are income based, some of them aren't. But like MedPro is a great program that's designed for people in the medical profession.
Really?
So like a nurse?
It goes to nurse, RNs. They just came out with LPNs.
Well, why is it tailored? Why is it tailored though? Tell me what's different about it.
A lot of it is one, it's less down payment. A lot of doctors' loans will go up to 100%, but then you can go 3% down and 5% down. The rate's a little bit lower, and then there's no mortgage insurance, because a lot of times for the doctors just getting out of residency, they're not making very much money, but they sign a contract, and so they can kind of base it on the they just feel
what
like
a
the
cool
medical.
idea. What do you call it?
We call it our MedPro loan. MedPro loan, but people call it doctor loan. But the nice thing is, it's opened up to like nurse practitioners and LPN, so it's really opened up.
So they can get 100%, 3%. That's crazy.
Yeah, they can do all kinds of different, and then no mortgage insurance is a big thing for those.
I think you ought to come out with a version called the old man loan. That's what you.
What's a home style or a FHA 203?
No, the 203K is actually the pretty cool loan. What those are?
Talk about that one.
Those are renovation loans, and popular with some condos now, because what you can do is you can you got to hire contract stuff, but you can go to a property that needs to be fixed up and it needs to have the work done before you move into the house.
Before you even own it?
Well, you're going to do the loan, owe it, and you're going to get like you basically, like for the 203K, you can do the small one, which is you can get the purchase price plus $35,000 to have go in and do
and does
upgrades.
it go in an escrow account? Do they keep tabs on it? How does that work?
Yeah, so what you do is you have to get whoever's going to do the work. You can't do it yourself. So you get bids, you get contracts, you have all that, and it's like a construction loan.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
You get paid out as the work gets done.
Wow, so you get to get all of that built into your long-term loan.
You do. I mean, and on single-family homes, we're seeing some renovation loans, especially in different markets. But Denver, say you find a house for $650 or $700, and you need like $2,000 worth of renovations done.
$200,000.
But we'll do so what we do, it's kind of like a construction, and they'll do the appraised value based off of what it's going to be worth.
That
and so
is
you're
great.
actually borrowing that money up front and being able to finance it in.
So on some of these condos, I mean, someone could go there, maybe pick one up in the Springs for a couple $100,000. That's old, dated, and needs a lot of work. And if they pay $200 for it, maybe get them $100,000 to completely update it.
We're doing across the country. We're doing a lot with condos and the condo renovation type department loans.
What's the difference between that product and say the VA renovation or the home style? Or they're all the same?
They're all the same. VA, you're just borrowing. It's all you qualify for VA, so you get a little bit better. The VA benefits, and then the home style, and then the one. Cool program you mentioned is we call it our home funded program, which is it's really designed for people like if you're getting married and you want to do a registration, and we do it a home funded reservation. So instead of people giving you a toaster or a microwave or your money, they can put money for a down payment
for the house.
Hold on. I want to talk about that, but we got to take a break. That is one of the coolest things I've heard, along with the medical loan, and then maybe you'll come up with the old man loan. We'll talk about all of this coming up. One Clear Choice garage doors for your garage door needs. Very best company. I've known them for years. I've used them for 5 or 6 garage doors. They will do every part of the garage door, every part of the opener. And what I love is that they are live and local 24/7 service for emergencies, and you can depend on them. OneClearChoiceDoors.com, 720-370-3987.
Now, impact traffic.
Some minor slowdowns on the north end of town. Southbound I-25, we've got a crash off on the right shoulder after 104th Avenue and heading towards Thornton Parkway and West 92nd. Looks like a 2-car crash with safety patrol on site. Not really slowing things, all lanes open, but do be on the lookout for this one. Northbound I-25 showing highway speeds through town. To DIA I-70 eastbound flowing free, and out west into the high country, no complaints on westbound I-70 as well. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help you troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and help you save time and money down the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Great Western Buildings. I cannot say enough about these people. I get praise emails all the time. They're good people. A factory, a real factory in Grand Junction, Colorado, serving the whole world and nation. Seriously, direct to the consumer. Beware of these phonies who say they're with a factory and they are not. You want the real factory, and you want them for a giant building or a small building, airplane hangar, riding arena, barn, workshop, even a loafing shed or a church, shopping center. You can depend on GreatWesternBuildings.com, 100% American steel, guaranteed for life. Hey, Sheridan Auto Tech is a place that is honest, value-minded. They've been there a long time. They have experience. They have also the technicians to get the job done right. Minor or major repairs and maintenance, including electrical issues and pre-buy inspections for used cars. I can think of no one better to take your car. I take my cars there. You should too. SheridanAutotech.com. On Colfax, west of Wadsworth, a well-lit, secure, beautiful facility, 303-455-7242.
I know you did one for a friend
So
of
like
mine,
RE
Savannah,
Colorado,
and it kind of freaks
I
him
get
out 'cause
e-flyer
every night
from
he
you
sleeps.
guys. Because I subscribe
He's
to
used
both
to
of
it
them,
now, but
so I
at
get
first he's like,
e-flyer and
God,
I
it's
get
so weird that
from
it sweeps
the
out of this account into the other.
But it's
And
like
he wanted to use it
want
mainly
someone
for the house renovation.
as another industry professional that is taking
He
the
did good on
time
that last
to work for their client.
But I mean, this.
Like,
Well, they must not be busy.
Well, the thing is it's like reverse prospecting, right?
You know, making 100.
I do it, as I can, and it's very time consuming. It's ridiculous, actually, that it's so.
Boy,
hard
I'd like to
do
hear
it,
some
but-
stories from your boy about.
But it's a tool we can use.
Because I looked
so
at.
I use it.
I didn't know where
I do it. I don't
Cadron is.
spam people with
Shatter-
it. I don't
Shatter.
do it every day. I don't
But
do
I
it
knew
every
where
week.
Pine
I
Ridge
do it
was and
periodically.
Rosewood.
As
Indian
schedules allow.
reservation.
But it's like, how
Oh,
can you
yeah,
fault
that's
them
gotta
for
cost
doing something
some
for the
real-
client to try
It's
to
not too bad.
bring
there.
attention to a property
They're the only Walmart
or announcing
in the
a
state
price
that do
reduction.
not sell.
It's like,
It's
okay.
somebody
for that
it's
exact
somebody that's got a lot of
reason. Plus,
interest
there's
for
like
whatever
2 little
reason.
liquor stores
Somebody
there
has
that
nothing
would
better to
just
do,
crush them.
and they're
Yeah.
just bitter for whatever
But
reason.
it
That's
is
all that really
true.
is.
They
It's not
fight.
even.
Yeah, I know.
That's
After
not
that
even
last
professional.
email,
Is
though,
like
Yeah.
where
someone, of
they
course,
asked for
in
my broker's
corporate
information,
looking at
I
a
responded back with
spreadsheet
his
someday
name and
goes,
said I'm
"We can have a
CCing
liquor
him on this
store there. How come
email.
there's not one there?"
Yeah.
And then he
And
said
then they gotta
the
kind of
response was
explain,
again,
oh, well,
what is
first of all, it's gonna
their
piss
email?
off,
I just stopped
the
responding,
mayor.
and I told my
Yeah.
broker, I'm like, I'm done.
It's
I'm
gonna
not.
get
Yeah.
the Indians
Yeah,
drunk.
you don't
Having a
have
conversation.
you don't have to take abuse from people. That's
I'm
the
like,
thing.
I try
He
to
goes, "You have
be
no idea
very
what drunk
kind.
is."
Yeah, and
I
that's
tried.
it. That's all you can do. You know?
Well, and they
I-
wanted me. They weren't going to
My
unsubscribe.
precinct,
and they
my
wanted
area
me to stop
had an
using the
Indian
system.
bar
I'm
in
like,
it, 1027.
Click a
Bar.
button,
I'm
unsubscribe. My gosh.
well, that's
I'm
what I
not
told him. I'm
kidding
like,
you.
you got to
And it
contact
ain't
the
racist,
company
it ain't- but
to
I
get
have
removed from
never
this
seen it.
list. It's
Yeah.
not like I have a list
Yeah.
that I can delete. You know what I mean?
So
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
sitting
I
at
never saw one.
Just the
so
service
at the
subscribes
on the
here.
reservation.
Like I've seen some
Well,
of your
as soon as you,
e-flyers,
there's one
you
bus
know, that
going
have gone
to
out
South
in
Dakota
the
from
past.
his
It's
house,
like,
which is maybe 25 miles.
Yeah, straight up.
Tell them
Straight.
to have a nice day.
So there's a little town there. I don't know what it's
That's
called.
what I would do.
But the
yeah,
reservation
after I
borders
got,
that
so
little
the
tiny
the
town.
e-flyer went out
Right
yesterday
across the street's the
afternoon.
bar.
Yeah.
So the Indians
then,
walk over. Even the
I
Indian
got a
police,
message from them
the
initially
tribal police come
yesterday
over.
evening.
So we stopped in
I
there,
didn't respond to that one.
to
I
have
was
a
just
beer,
like,
and there
okay,
was
I'm gonna
only
leave
like
this
2
alone.
people in there and the bartender.
Then I
And the
got
guy at the end was super
literally
drunk. It
4
was
more
crazy,
from
but
them
he
this
started
morning in a
talking about something called
3-minute time
skip.
period. So they just
And
started
I said, skip.
like
What
that.
is skip?
Yeah.
They will take like
It's not like the
cheapest
e-flyer went out that
vodka
many
or
more
gin,
times.
whatever the
It's
cheapest
just-
you can get,
You know what I mean?
and mix it with antifreeze.
And then I responded,
and put it in
like, hey,
16-ounce water
You know,
bottles.
I'm not sending anything
And
to
they'll
you
sell
directly.
it
You need
because
to
it's
contact the
dirt
company
cheap. I
to
mean, they'll make this
get
cheap
your
stuff.
information
But it's
removed.
got antifreeze
Right.
in it, for God's
And then
sake.
they just-
It's literally green. And they get drunk off skip.
I'm so
They
tired
told
of
us
taking
if you
Out of
abuse.
sight, out of mind,
caught
Stephanie. Just
drinking on the res,
Are they
You know what,
actually
though?
drinking
Like, I
that
had a
shit?
lady-
in
Um,
sons, Moonser's sons,
Gosh,
in the tribal
several
jail.
months ago,
But
because I
if you
listed a
get
property,
caught selling
and part of my
it,
listing
they can
package
take
is
your
we'll send
house
out
because
the
you don't
property
own your
details
house.
via this
The
really
tribe
little
owns.
flyer.
Yeah.
I was
Um,
like, wow, did they actually
like
do
to
that?
the radius
They're
of the
like,
property.
oh yeah. But
This
then they
lady
said
felt the
how
need to
political it
call
was.
me.
Like if you're in the right family
And
running the
proceeded
tribe, they might
to
not take
try
your
and
house.
rip me in half
Actually drinking antifreeze?
because I sent
No.
her
Dude,
this.
I
She had a
literally
very
listened to
modest
this guy
property,
that
and
not
my
only made
listing
it,
was a
sold
bigger property, but it's in
antifreeze,
an
and
area
I
that's
forget if it
very
was
mixed.
So they mixed it. They knew how to mix it to where they.
to where you won't die, but I
It's
guess
like,
you get
and I
drunk yourself.
told
And it's
Michael, like,
literally
I'm
called
trying to
skip.
just,
SKIP.
I'm sorry you were inconvenienced. You know,
In fact,
I use
I
a
never
marketing
thought to
company.
Google it.
This
Let
is
me
not
see.
something that I even have your information. It's similar.
Yeah, the
You
name
know.
of
I
that
think
bar
some
in
people just
Denver
wanna
was called
gripe.
Artie's.
Oh yeah,
1027
she just
Broadway.
wanted to
Boy,
sit
that-
there and rip me in half and was rude.
Oh my
and
gosh. I had a
just
lady one
nasty.
time just gripe. Sit in the field because I mentioned I helped a lady.
Ratcliffe secretly traveled to Russia. That's interesting. And the president is revoking up to 200,000 visas. Who's involved in that? And more on the Joe Pag Show. Tonight from 6 to 9 on 630 KHOW.
Hey, Tom Martino here with Marc Mager. We got also Frank Durand of realestateman.com, Stephanie Thomas from Colorado Springs, and that's StephanieRE.com. And then Frank, and John Clace with partneranlending.com. On these renovation loans, someone wants to know, what is the limit? Do they have a limit of renovation to purchase price? Is there a percentage or a ratio? How does that work?
Yeah, no, actually, really, there's no limit. You got to stay below the conforming loan limits, and depending on which one you do. So which is like 8.15 right now. So there's really no limit. But what you have to do is you got to find the contractor. You do the work. It's kind of like
you have to have it all buttoned up, right? It has to be all buttoned up at closing.
Oh yes, and we have a whole back office that does all that, and we have people a lot of guys like on your show,
Referral list.
like Mark and them
Yeah.
can do that. And so what it is you're not going to move into that house right away on something like that. But you're going to own it. You're going to finance it in. So say like you bought a house for $600 and you're going to do $200 in renovations. The loan's going to be for $800. Now you still have to have some money into the loan. You're still going to put in 10% originally on that.
Right.
But they're going to finance that in there, and then they're also going to make
appraisal
sure.
on the loan to value is based on the finished product.
Correct.
Hey,
Correct.
Stephanie, have you had many people taking advantage of that? Or Frank, have you?
I've had it come up a few times through the years, but never anyone that's actually gotten to closing with it. Ultimately, people kind of start one direction, and then sometimes they may, skew a different. But John, really quick, I do want to ask you a quick question. Part of what my experience was with it is any health and safety issues have to be addressed first. Is that still correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
You have to get past, but you can fix those with
right,
the
you can fix those in,
dollars.
but it's not all necessarily you just do your cosmetics because you have to address those issues first.
Yes, those are the must-haves.
All right. I got Marc Mager sitting in the studio with our experts. I'm here in the home studio with Deputy D. I think I heard Deputy Chopper in the house. So if you have a problem, question, or complaint, give us a call, please. We will get on it at 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466.
That's all I can get out of it.
Yeah, I found it here. It says skip.
The values are so high.
It said
right?
really it's bootleg vodka and stuff,
Well, and
and
that's
people
just
do
what
add
has been my
antifreeze to it,
experience
but
is
it's called
like
skip on the
sometimes
reservation.
It's supposed to be called.
You're
it's
not
supposed to be
getting
real sweet
bottom dollar
tasting.
for homes
Oof.
needing work.
can't
We're
buy
still
it.
getting them at a good price.
It's hard to buy at 600.
In fact, local community
Right.
safety groups often use the phrase
But
"don't
the
drink
value's better.
skip"
Yeah.
in public service
We're doing
announcements.
a lot of them across the country. Starting to.
No.
It's pretty amazing.
That's cool that it's coming back though, because I've taken a handful of classes over the years and looked at doing them.
Look, they still have her on.
I know. That's a full hour.
Slow news day.
It must be.
Trump must be flying or something.
At least they're not ripping her in half.
This would be the
I think
time
I'm
to
tired
be
of all the
in Iran.
negativity. I said I get so tired of all the negativity. At least they're not ripping her in half. At least it seems like, yeah, let's honor her and show some of her cool things, Well, that's kind of, I don't know if you kind of have heard some of what I've been talking with Frank about. I did a flyer yesterday, an e-flyer announcement on a property that was just like a price reduction. So it sends out to the realtor community for the MLS, and I've got someone harassing me via email about it. Just.
Can't they just opt out?
Yes, it would be that easy if they don't want to receive those.
I get people responding to me, take me off your list. I'm like, click the opt-out button and you'll probably get on.
Well, that's what I was explaining. This isn't like I have your information and I'm sending anything to you. You have to contact the company to remove yourself. Yeah, but I started out really nice. I've gotten five initial before I responded to them. 4 of those were in a 3-minute time period this morning at 6:49 a.m., 6:50, all that, from something I sent out yesterday afternoon. It's just like, holy moly, guys, come on. Someone is very bored, it seems.
Can you block them now, the person?
Honestly, at this point, I'm leaving it because the last one was they wanted my broker's contact.
People like that.
So I provided my broker's contact. CC'd him on the email.
They got that crazy, huh?
Oh, they're getting that crazy. Well, then after that one, they wanted my broker's name and email address. So I said, here's his name, and I've CC'd him on the email, which provides the email address. And then I got a response back. Again, what is the email address? I just text my broker. I said, I'm done. I'm not going to contact anymore. I'm like, sorry, this is going to your plate. My broker, he takes it all with a grain of sand. But he's like, yep, don't worry about it. I got it. I'm like, okay. Like I told him a couple of times after I finally responded, after they blew me up 5 times over one price adjustment notice that got sent out. I finally responded and just let them know that, hey,
I don't have your information. I'm not sending anything to you directly. You have to contact the company to be removed. I'm like, this isn't a me thing.
Yeah.
Your name is on the flyer. So inadvertently, yes, you are spamming me. I'm like, okay. Like if you know what I mean? It's like I did one email yesterday.
And you get all that.
Crazy town.
There's just so much spam, though. It's crazy.
Oh, there is. But the thing is this is such a popular system. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So many people use it. And it's like all you have to do, literally, like you said, there's an unsubscribe, I think, on the email.
And you're done.
Oh, that's that easy. You don't
Google
have to,
gives that to you a lot now, too, though.
You don't have to go crazy.
It's driving me crazy right now. I don't know. I'm not even old enough yet for the 60. Getting these Medicare calls.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is Rachel. And then, you know, it's a bot.
Total fake.
You can't get your name off of it, man.
Those bots are they're getting better and better, too, man.
You know what I'm getting a ton of phone calls on daily, telling me my business loan is through underwriting.
I get a ton of those.
Yeah, you're approved for
Look,
financing. And I'm like, you know, just delete. Don't even acknowledge it. But yeah, it's crazy.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help you troubleshoot the likely cause of your.
I don't think I've ever had a buyer use the 203K loan. I know about the product. I've just never had anybody.
I've never, to be
had
honest,
people start down the road.
we're doing the bigger. We don't do the 203K much because that limits it to that X amount. But
Yeah, that's a small
we're starting
one.
to do, like I said, not Colorado. It's not that big because values are so high. Some of these areas we can buy a house for 350.
Oh, no.
Now it's the opposite.
Oh,
I
goodness.
swear today.
One of those days. That's how I felt the last week. It's been like literally, I couldn't breathe. Busy.
Take it when you can, though.
I'm grateful. I have no complaints. I will take
What
it.
did you used to do back in your days before this?
You were
36 years as a Denver cop.
I was gonna say, you were an
16 years
officer.
as a FEMA security officer.
Did you know J.C. Tice?
Oh,
I
mean, that's like saying,
I knew that.
That's like
why
saying
I
is the
said it.
sky blue.
I grew up with.
Yes.
I grew up with that.
He was a good guy.
He was
I mean,
awesome, man. He was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few officers you could say their name and you'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, he's one that, yeah. But yeah, I grew up with all of his boys.
His dad had a grocery store down in the Points.
Yes, was one of that shootings.
And shot and killed. He was shot and killed in there, if I remember right. And that got to JC because I don't think they ever got the bad guy on that.
I agree. I'm pretty sure you're right. But yeah. Wow.
But he was an institution, or however word you want to use.
Yeah. He got me out of trouble once by using his name, so that was good. And you worked that long for FEMA too, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I went 3 months without a job and sat there and said, I can't handle this. I gotta do. I mean, even this is because I don't have anything.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Denver's a different place right now, man.
Oh yeah.
Are you in Denver, Frank?
Am I where?
Live in Denver?
No, I live in Thornton, but we serve all of Denver. 65% of our business on the south side, John. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy how much we do on the south. We just never moved because it was close to everything for my son. So I try to make it easy.
That's why you worked at Biggs if you lived in Thornton.
Man, no joking, huh?
I mean, you were right out there.
I was right there, man.
Yeah.
That was an easy job, though. I just pushed a broom all day. That's all I did.
Where was that, Frank?
At Biggs. Same thing at Sears when I started at Sears. Started at the bottom.
The free iHeartRadio app.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino and Major Marc Mager.
Hello, hello, hello. What's going on in your life and how can we help you? That's what we ask for years and years and years. I'd love to have you part of the show. If you want to call 303-713-TALK. That's the iHeart number, mostly when you're listening live. When you're listening either online or, live as well, but maybe you've downloaded, you want to be part of the show, you can call us at 303-MARTINO 24/7, really, and we will get you on the show, 303-627-8466. You know, we've recovered so much money for people in cash, merchandise exchanges, refunds, and services, and we're proud of what we do. And we have some people here today that can give you a leg up in the real estate world. We have Stephanie Thomas coming up from the Spring, StephanieRE.com, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, and John Clace, he's in partner in lending.com with CMG Financial. And somebody wants to know about condo tire kickers, what to look for. If you're buying a condo, what to look for to protect yourself. Frank, Stephanie, what I like to look at it like a target, with the bullseye being the actual condo, but the outer rings being important. For example, the outer ring, the farthest outer ring would be the area. What's in store for the area? Does it have a good sewer and water district? Does it have a good neighborhood that will appreciate? Next ring would be something like, let's talk about the condo development itself, the parking lot, the maintenance, the windows, the exterior, the roof. Then look at the insurance coverage. Look at the coffers. Look at any reserves they have, because if they don't have reserves, that could spell future amortized cost to the owner, and not all of that's covered by loss assessment coverage. That loss assessment coverage is only for insurable events. So you have a lot of problems that can come up in a condo or a townhome community. So, guys, what would you add to this if you are taking a buyer to one of these communities to ward off or to try to prevent the future costs? What would you look at? Obviously, the health of the HOA.
Tom, I would say everything you said follows suit, because I would say we need to look at the meetings minutes, see if there's any rumblings. Sometimes the owner doesn't even know if there's rumblings of a potential lawsuit coming up special assessment. These are the things we want to know up front. And like you said, I think you need to know the area, the water district. There's so many things we educate our buyers on before they purchase. We look at how's the overall market been in the last 6 months to a year. Do we see any upside potential going forward? There's a number of things we look at potentially, but also with the HOA.
And
I agree.
And with the HOA, you have the HOA itself. You also want to make sure it has a good management company. And you also want to make sure, and I don't even know how you do this, but this is really getting into the nuances of ownership. You want to make sure that the HOA is not controlled by one or two people by means of proxies. Now, what do I mean? Let me explain this, because this gets into the weeds, but it's something you really need to know. An HOA is made up of homeowners. Presumably, each homeowner has a vote. That's the simple way. But many homeowners over the years might lose interest. And in fact, they don't want to be bothered. So they give their proxy, meaning they give away the right of their vote, they literally give it away to someone they designate. I've known of places where one or two people have gathered 60% of the vote based on proxies. So virtually anything they wanted to change, anything they wanted to implement, carpet in the lobby, special this or do that or whatever, they would simply vote and they would get their way. So the entire development was like commandeered by individuals, a couple of them. And then they went one step further and they then took a vote not to disclose names and addresses of fellow members of the HOA to people, and no soliciting on condo property. Now, why do you think they did that? Because people who suddenly realized that their proxy was that these people had too many proxies, they wanted to write to the membership and warn the membership about a runaway HOA, about two people taking over the HOA. And they couldn't, because these two people also made it difficult for all the rest to communicate with each other. They couldn't even hand out leaflets or pamphlets in the lobby. So it got to be a mess where these two people were doing anything they wanted, including hiring and firing managers and management companies, anything they wanted. They controlled the entire project. I don't even know how you go about finding out this kind of thing, but you need to start talking to maybe other people in the project, because the last thing you want is a handful of people controlling the majority of proxies. And you would be shocked at how many people are willing to give up their vote. Now, I've always said there should be some kind of a law in Colorado where proxies have to be renewed every single year or they expire. That's not the way it is right now. So therefore, you give a proxy away and you may find it impossible to get it back. So always be careful of HOAs where one or two people are in control or have a majority of proxies. And it doesn't even mean a majority. Like, they could just have such a big, large voting block that they virtually can control things. It doesn't always even have to be more than 50%, but their voting block can get something over the limit that they need to approve something. These are the dangers in multi-family housing or congregate living. Multi-unit living. And I want to know, guys, if you've had people who inspect the condos and the townhomes and then decide it's not worth buying, because I think you told me it's going to be more and more difficult to even get a loan, right?
That's right, Tom. And a number of our buyers, it's getting tougher and tougher with condominiums anyway. But that is where we have that conversation, that heart to heart, that they really need to do the research. We help them. And ultimately, they can make a justified decision if they decide to make an offer on one of the condominiums.
Right. And would you say that as the market has caught up to this fear of the dangers and the risks of condos and townhomes, has pricing reflected it in lower prices and better values, or are they still holding their number?
Personally, Tom, I've seen in many segments they're dropping their numbers. We're seeing many price reductions.
Right.
And it's getting tougher and tougher. And we're seeing more inventory hit and fewer buyers in the market. So the buyer pool very scarce in some segments. And I think that's really hurt the condo market.
Some areas, I remember one area we pulled, I think, I want to say there was 270 actives for 15 pending. That's very lopsided.
Stephanie, what do you find in the Springs?
Yeah, I'm seeing things that are similar. It seems like there's a lot of active inventory for what's actually under contract.
By the way, there are people who, really are upset with me. I should mention, they say every time you talk real estate, you talk about the dangers and risks of townhomes and condos. Thank you for ruining my investment. Well, I didn't ruin your investment. And as Frank and Stephanie will tell you, people are well aware of the problem. Truly, there is a lot of problem. There are a lot of problems. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
In a recent survey of 123,000 wireless customers, Pure Talk was the only wireless company to receive 5 stars in every category: coverage, support, value, and data. What else do you need to know? Switch to Pure Talk today and get any plan, including their top shelf unlimited data plan for just $15 a month for your first 3 months. No contract, no commitment. Dial pound 250, say micro, and let Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team help you make the switch.
I love having a company like Fix-It 24/7 for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. When you have a company like Fix-It, you can get free second opinions on any replacement. And if you've never had it done, you can have a refurbishment of your AC or your furnace system for just $39. Trust me, your AC has been working overtime, and some of those components are used in the furnace area. So if you need to get ready for winter, why not do it before the rush for just $39? They spend a couple of hours and take apart either the AC system or the HVAC, and they add life and efficiency and avoid costly breakdowns. 720-526-3939. FixMyHome.com.
Joe Chiano, my friend, I've got a couple questions for you, Joe. We talk retirement all the time. In fact, we had a movie event a week ago, the baby boomer dilemma. We had a great turnout. What were people mostly interested in when it came to the movie and the benefits of a guaranteed retirement?
Well, Mark, the number one key that people took from the movie was safety. People want to feel safe during retirement. And the second area that they told me was the guaranteed income for life.
Yeah.
So safety of not losing their money and having a guaranteed paycheck each and every month for the rest of their lives. There's no other comparison that I can think of that can give you a guaranteed income for life and be totally safe.
And and Joe, let's not forget about the long-term care benefit. If, God help you, you never need it, but if you do need it, basically that paycheck for life doubles. And then on top of that, the other remarkable part is, listen to this, a 21% bonus. If you rolled over some money from your IRA, to use a simple number, $100,000, that would start growing as if it was $121,000 day one, a 21% bonus. And when he talks about safety, Joe, what's interesting is when the market goes up, you participate. Your account value grows and grows as the market goes up. But if it goes down, it never goes down because it ratchets in. Explain that better.
That is right. That is, to me, that's the best of both worlds. People can still participate in the market growth with protection if the market goes down. Think about that. They can participate in the potential for growth and protecting their money in case the market goes down. To me, that is the best of both worlds.
It is. And folks out there, listen, if you're curious about it, like if I did roll over 100,000 or 200 or whatever the amount is, 50,000, what does that look like for a guaranteed paycheck? What does that look like with the 21% bonus? What does that look like as far as long-term care for myself? Call up Joe, talk to him. You can do a Zoom, you can do it in his office, you can do it right over the phone. Call him and ask the questions. 303-779-6600. 303-779-6600. Or his website is mymoneymyway.com.
Hey, Joe, are you all good here? Awesome. You have a good one. Take care. Bye.
Oh, CNN gave up and went to commercial. Fox hasn't done that at all.
She is an icon.
You got it.
I think he was a full-blown alkie, wasn't he?
Kenny Rogers?
Yeah, I thought so, but maybe not.
No, he was back in that.
Yeah.
Game, but yeah.
Did he go straight?
Pretty sure he did.
I wonder what he died from.
Probably liver.
I mean, just think how good players like Mickey Mantle and those others, if they would have played sober at half the games that they played.
I didn't even know Mickey Mantle was a drinker.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Mickey Mantle. What was the perfect game? Who was the pitcher? Larson?
Don Larson.
Yeah, World Series.
I've got 2 baseballs signed by both of them.
Oh, wow.
Yep. I met Mantle. He signed them. Larson had already died, but I guess they had a ton of them signed or whatever. But we waited in line. I bought 2 of them. I think I paid.
Worth some money.
Yeah, this is a long time ago. I paid probably $100 a piece, maybe $200. Yep, Don Larson. No, I'm sorry. It's not Mickey Mantle. It was Yogi Berra.
Okay, his catcher.
Yeah, Yogi Berra and Larson. They had the perfect game.
Yep.
Yeah, Yogi caught for him.
Yeah, we waited. It wasn't too bad of a line, and we got to meet him, shake his hand. Just Yogi, and his son-in-law was there. And his son-in-law was kind of like a weird slave driver. At one point, he's like, "Can I get up and use the restroom now?" And the guy's like, "No, just wait a few minutes. I'm going." Damn, that's like some crazy shit.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a big deal. Oh no, it works beautifully. As you can see.
Your trusted local fiduciary advisors, TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's talk to Daniel. Daniel, welcome to the show. What's going on?
What's up, Tom? How you doing today?
Good, man. What's happening with you?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just wanted to get your advice on something.
Sure thing.
Yeah, so I'm a first-time homeowner, and I live in a well-established neighborhood, no HOA, and one of my neighbors has an RV in the backyard, and it seems like his septic is just straight in the ground. And me and this guy have a good relationship, and I don't want to mess that up because you know how hard it is to be on the same page with your neighbors.
Now, you say there's no HOA. Is it in an unincorporated area? Is it in a city? What kind of place is it? Is it in the country?
No, unincorporated.
So, how big are the lots?
7,000, 4,000-ish.
Okay, and there's no.
And I'm the only one that can see this as well, too. Only neighbor.
And when you say did you just say his sewage goes directly into the ground? Is that
from his RV?
Oh,
does that mean that
that's
somebody lives?
That's what it looks like.
Does that mean that somebody lives in that RV?
Correct.
Oof.
So there's an RV out back. So there's an RV out back.
Right.
And he has an open line to the outside. Does it smell?
It did recently, and then it seems like it was halfway fixed.
Like, okay, other than that, did you say there was something else that was bugging you about it? There was the sewage problem. What else?
No, yeah, just, I don't want to ruin a relationship and have a bad neighbor problem moving forward.
What county is this?
I'd rather not say.
Oh, okay. So because really the only the trailers are definitely a health department issue. And in unincorporated areas, you have county health departments. That's why I asked about the county. You could now. Have you ever just tried talking to him about it, or do you think he would be testy about it, or what?
No, I haven't tried talking to him because it seems like it would just be a halfway fix. They're not going to spend money on fixing it. Very cheap kind of people.
Now, when you say fixing it, how long has that RV been there?
Since I bought the home last year.
And who lives in it?
I don't know. One of his buddies.
God,
gross.
And
Tom, is it trying to go to a septic tank also on that property?
Yeah. Did they try to hook up?
It's hard to say. It's buried, but I don't know where it goes to.
Well, I don't think it's just into the ground and that's it, because the ground is not going to absorb flushes for very long. Just the whole pipe is going to start filling up pretty soon.
So he could have it going into his septic.
Or a barrel.
Okay, it could be piped properly.
It could be, but what I'm asking is, what kind of pipe goes into the ground? Is it a solid or corrugated or what?
PVC pipe.
Okay. As Dimitri said, and I agree, that the ground itself, even if it was absorbent of liquids, the solids would pile up. I mean, he'd have to have some kind of an open tank or something taking those solids. To me, I mean, unless you actually see visible signs of sewage around, I would assume it is going somewhere, especially if it's been there since you've been there. It would never hang out that long without backing up. Have you ever seen backups?
I've seen it pile up on top, and that's when I realized I might have to do something about this. But then in a week after that, it was Stan was on top of it, and then maybe moved the pipe a little bit. I'm not a plumber. I'm not.
I'm wondering if
I'm wondering
if he just has an open pit or something. I mean, we never know. I mean, it's God.
Tom,
I mean, it's crazy.
Does Dan have a septic tank?
Like,
say that again?
Are you guys on septic out there?
No.
You know, Tom, I think
Wait a minute. So you guys have a sewer system?
Correct. And in some circumstances,
he's probably not tapped into the sewer.
Tom, I think Daniel's neighbor.
I'm having that thought too.
I think Daniel's neighbor is cousin Eddie from Christmas Vacation.
Yeah. No, but I'm telling you, if it doesn't have I thought the properties may have septic systems.
We're all on septic.
But if you're not, then you can almost be assured he can't just tap into that sewer system. Not at all. I mean, unless it's going to his house, I doubt it's going to his house. How far from his house is it?
It's on the very edge of his property. So say 30, 40 feet from his house. Maybe,
I'm going to tell you this. I can almost to a certainty guess that it's going into an open pit in the ground, and he just keeps
right. And that's not something I want to be living around. You know what I mean? I
don't blame you. It's unsanitary, and it's that. But you're going to have to contact authorities about it. There's no two ways about it, because even if you tell them about it, that's not going to help, because there's no way he's going to have a sewer line run up to a trailer. How big is this trailer?
I don't know. It's hard to say. 20 feet, 30 feet, if that.
Call the health department.
That's what I would do. You got to call. That's why I asked what county it was, because I can tell you I know the health departments in most counties.
All of them will shut that down fast.
Yeah, probably
So
would,
then
man.
and just don't worry at all about our relationship. 'Cause I'm the only one that
Don't
sees
tell
it,
them
so
you're
he
the
doesn't
one
know
that
it's me.
called. Call anonymously.
Yeah, I mean,
Again, though, I'm the only one that sees it. The property is set up.
Tell them when you call. Tell them your name is Marc Mager.
Yeah,
I was going to say Dimitri.
There's no
No,
way
I mean,
around it.
I was even.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I was even thinking about getting the gas company out there and just saying I smell something funny, and then they can report it.
Do you think they would, though?
God, that's actually not a bad idea.
No, it's not.
Right. Yeah, I did a little research on it and stuff because I'm trying to get my ducks in a row.
That's not a bad idea, by the way.
Yeah, he's just pumping into some kind of pit.
What if it's
of course he is.
What if it's Huerfano County? Do you think they would do something about it?
Huerfano wouldn't matter. Huerfano definitely wouldn't matter.
It might be a code requirement over there, actually.
Yeah, and the poor guy's got kids and everything.
This is so gross.
Yeah. You know what? If I were you, maybe you say you smell something, and then if the gas company comes, though, they might say to you, by the way, there is no gas leak. You better report your neighbor. They may not take it upon themselves to do that.
They wouldn't.
I don't think they would. I think you're going to have to bite the bullet and do it. Do you think he's going to get pissed off?
Well, I mean, it is what it is. If he's dumping poop right next to my fence line, he doesn't care about my health.
Yeah, who
Why
cares?
the hell should I care about his?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
so-
I like the relationship we have. Kind of look after each other. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Blah 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 blah. And that's going to be ruined once I tell on him. Not even tell on him, but once I report.
Yeah. Well, it is telling on him, but here's the point. First, he's going to have to know it's you, and I don't necessarily think that.
Again, the way the properties are set up, I'm the only one that sees it.
But
The
are you the
neighbor.
only one? Let's say this: are you the only one that would smell it?
No, not necessarily. But if I'm the only one that can actively see it, then it's
Just
hard to
tell him the
pinpoint where
sitter's
it's coming
full.
from.
Now, when you say you're the only one that can see it, is there a fence or a privacy fence or something?
Correct. No, there's a chain link fence, and my property backs up to his property, and then all the other properties are a little bit lower, and they can't see it at all. Just the way it is direct shot from me, and that lowers my quality of life.
It does, and it'll devalue your property.
And do you guys
100%. And I even think that he's not technically allowed to have somebody in that RV.
Yeah, that's
he's
If
not.
you want to really push comes to shove, you know what I mean?
Tom, the only thing that would make this call worse if Daniel tells us that he's on well water and the well is just downhill from the trailer.
Don't say that.
Oh.
Daniel, are you on well water?
No, they're
Hell
not.
no.
You have water and I'm water and sewer. So
Yeah, what, you think I'm in the sticks?
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
I wanted you to tell me the county.
It's pretty obvious you're
this
in the
guy's
sticks.
never just telling us the county is too big for him to figure it out. What's the county? I can tell you what the health department will do.
No, I hear you. I mean, it's around Denver Metro.
Okay. All right. Well, let's
Yeah.
put it this way. You're going to get some. Denver will do something for sure. And then you have Tri-County Health, which is Tri-County is the most proactive health department.
They got rid of that during COVID.
Yeah, they got rid of Tri-County Health Department.
Then who do they have?
I'm not sure.
They have to have a health department.
Yeah.
Well, Douglas has her own now. That used to be part.
Oh, that's right. Douglas was pissed
Y'all
off.
getting
That's
close.
right.
Y'all getting close.
Hey, what
Ooh.
color couch is in front of his place?
Does he have a toilet planter in his
buddy,
front yard?
You can't hide money, as my
Hey,
dad
Frank,
would say.
Stephanie,
can't
can you
hide
help
money.
this guy sell possibly?
You know what?
How do you disclose that in the disclosure?
Break when you get a chance, Tom.
Have to disclose in all honesty.
No,
Neighbor has
it
a
has
pipe
nothing to do
going
with my
into
house.
yeah.
No.
I would
That's
say
nothing to
that's
do
an
with me.
adverse material fact.
Mark?
Just say it very nicely.
But in a serious way, I want to ask you about that because something else came up about this in a text. I want to talk about neighbors right after this. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino. Hold on for that. 303-713-TALK. Waterpros.net. I am telling you, you can get a whole house system that's drinking water, second to none, reverse osmosis, and water softening for just $3,600. This would be 15 grand or more when you're talking about plumbers. This guy is a master plumber, of course, but he's the water man, and he specializes in American-made products that are low cost and low and great values. That's waterpros.net.
I put house videos on it.
That's what I do too.
Yeah, I don't do really
that Christmas
outside of
vacation.
that,
Shitter's full.
but,
You use TikTok?
no.
Don't you?
I can't believe I didn't spill any up here. It literally all went on my lap.
I was going to say, I didn't see any. You said you spilled it.
Yeah, there it is.
Half ago.
Yeah.
And I'm getting pretty good views on some of my listings, which is nice.
Really?
Yeah, I had one. We had
I'm thinking if you
like 2,000 views on
put
it.
one of those
So
50
it
gallon
could be a nice tool.
Yeah, I do YouTube
You know,
commercials.
drums into the ground and put a
Yeah.
pipe that became
So I
like
utilize
the
some
leaching
cool
pipes.
marketing systems that
Yeah.
we have.
Oh, you
that
could
I
make your own.
Yeah, you could make
But
your
this
own.
guy doesn't sound like he even
It gives
went
us,
that far.
Yeah.
like guaranteed
You should
views
just
on
take
certain
up
things.
smoking.
So I do that with my listing.
That there's an RV, Clark.
Yeah.
I tried.
He should throw
I
a
don't know.
cigar.
I go to all the sources, but
He should
Yeah,
throw a cigar into
I don't
that
know.
sewage pile.
Some of the things, like enough social media, I really only do any of that for.
How you doing, D?
Hey, good. How about yourself?
Where's D?
I'm right
Okay.
here.
do you use Instagram?
I can't believe D's neighbor called in.
Yeah, I do Facebook.
You
I do
live in
Instagram.
back of us.
Those are the main ones, honestly, that I do.
Mark, are you on Instagram?
I don't think so. The only thing I really am on, and I've only posted one time, is LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Okay.
I got like 10,000 people, but I've posted one time.
Yeah.
And it was a video of one of our deputies.
Okay.
Oh, God, don't start with that again.
Oh, you should see Grok now. Grok is so much better
Better
now.
than it was?
Oh, my goodness. It is so fast and quick now. Yeah, you're next to a nice water feature. That's what you. That's how
Nice
a realtor
water-
would put it.
Water feature.
In. I do love looking at some of the listings wordings because they are like that.
You're right. They are.
They are like, okay.
They would take a picture with a trickle downstream.
Tiny house community.
I might have missed it, but why doesn't he just have a heart-to-heart with his neighbor?
He doesn't want to.
Well, what's the guy going to do, though? If you think about it, if there is no sewage there, he'd have to move his whole house.
What a mess. Well, that sounds like he's landlocked in. Jeez.
Maybe
these are problems you don't want.
Mark, maybe he's calling on Shannon.
Oh, man. These are like, just when you think you have a few problems in your life, this comes up, right? Don't you think he'd smell it, though, after a while?
Oh, yeah. I think that's probably why he's starting to call us.
Yeah.
It's gotten bad.
Hey, I have to put up with my neighbor's 2 horses. You know.
A little different.
No, it smells the same.
Our whole neighborhood has horse poop everywhere because they have a bunch of the horse and buggies just everywhere this time of year.
Great smell.
We've got one that's got a replica of the Queen's wagon or the Queen's, what is that called? That the horses pull around.
Carriage?
A carriage, thank you. It was like, the guy said the replica was worth about $400,000. The real thing, because of the jewels and stuff, was worth millions. But I'm like, who spends $400,000 on a carriage?
I don't hear Tom type anymore. He put a pad
Yeah, I
under
put a
that
pad
thing.
under it.
You just heard him type. That's how you knew.
No, I was typing.
No, he was typing.
He
I
was?
could-
Is that why
I could definitely
any
hear him.
stains in the chairs?
I'm getting more showings today on listings, guys, on a Tuesday than I had all weekend.
Wow.
I mean, my phone's just blowing up. Every other minute, I'm getting a showing on something.
What are your two furthest properties right now?
In price or in distance?
Distance.
Distance?
I don't need much. Just need one reaction.
Littleton, Inglewood.
That was a good one.
And we just closed one in.
Finally did it. I don't know how long.
Firestone.
Oh wow.
I go all over them.
That's a skill.
Yeah. Kingsburg. I go to Kingsburg, and I go to as far as Golden, and everything in between.
And Monument.
I got it.
I don't go to my. I send those to my friend over here.
Castle Rock.
Yes, I do Castle Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice little jaunt though. Between you showed me a house years ago in Monument.
Did I really? I don't remember.
Oh, before we found this one that I'm in.
It's hard to believe. Yeah.
Yep, in Monument. In fact, I called you up and you were down there. I don't know, an hour and a half.
Yeah. It would just get tangled up. You just got tangled up, and it was so bad that you would pick it up and the phone would come along with it. Yeah.
Wait a minute, this is something different finally.
Commercial.
Even this.
Would that be the first one?
there's
there's been a few.
Out of the way, damn it! Yeah.
Dollar, can you hear me?
He went home.
Oh, okay.
If you can, that's
And he can't hear you. Mark's right.
Yes, he.
StanCaplessLaw.com.
Hello, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Here to help you any way we can. Let's go to the phones and speak with Bob, who has a comment on the neighbor call. Go ahead, Bob. You have a comment, I believe, on the guy's neighbor who has crap flowing into the ground from a trailer.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, guys.
Hey, man, what do you think?
Instead of calling the gas company, he said he had public sewer, called the sewer company, said, golly, I smell sewer gas. Maybe we have a broken pipe out here. When they come out, just kind of point over to the neighbor, and they will definitely follow up.
That's a great idea.
Kind of just make that gesture.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, well, I don't know about brilliant, but good idea anyway.
No, it is. It is. I think it is. You say, look, we may have a failure in the sewer system, and then they are the ones who would care a lot. Of course, the health department would too.
They'd probably come right out, because if you tell them, I smell something, maybe we have a break, well, they'll speed out there 90 mile an hour. And then you just kind of point next door.
Good idea.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. No, that is a good idea. Seriously. Parker, what's going on with you, Parker?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, man. What's going on?
Well, just dealing with a really crummy truck situation.
Okay, what year, make, and model? Tell me about like the purchase. I imagine it's a recent purchase, Parker.
It was done a year ago, June 11th.
June 11th.
Yeah, we've been dealing with it for about a year now.
Well, what was it a new? Was it a new or used purchase?
It was used.
Okay, what kind of truck? Or did you say
It's
a truck?
Ram.
Okay.
Yeah, Ram 3500.
Okay. Tell me about it.
We specifically bought it to tow our fifth wheel. So me and my wife were in the process of selling our home.
Yeah.
And we decided, because she's in the medical field, we decided let's do traveling contracts.
Oh,
so
cool.
We ended up going out, doing some research on RVs. We ended up going down to Grand Junction, Colorado, and bought an RV down there.
Yeah.
The dealership that we bought it from, they directed us over to their other location that had cars. And they said, we got a perfect car for you. So we went over there. They basically told us, like, hey, this thing is wrapping up inspection. Everything is good to go. It's good to be sold. So we're selling it. I
So
asked
what's
them,
the
are there
issue?
any-
I mean, it's been a year. What was the issue? Because I assume you bought it as is. How many miles were on it? What year was it?
So it's 2019. I had
Okay.
about 144,000 miles on it. We put about 1,000 on it.
144,000 miles?
But that's the as is it has nothing to do with any of our issues.
Oh,
it's the misrepresentation we came across when the sale was.
Hold on a second. I want to come back. You got to hang on. I got to take this break. I want to know about the misrepresentations. So hang on. More coming up.
Now, impact traffic.
Pretty clear drive throughout the Denver Metro. I-25 southbound through downtown. We had a stall at 8th Avenue with a right shoulder block. Looked like that just cleared out. Still seeing some brief slowdowns as you're passing through, heading to 6th Avenue there. Northbound I-25 showing highway speeds through town. For folks heading to DIA, I-70 eastbound, some stop and go right at the interchange to inbound Pena Boulevard. Might be something on Pena northbound just before Green Valley Ranch. Of course, we'll keep you updated with traffic. I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll share the story of how the jukebox changed our culture and our lives forever. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Hey, if you want a selection in window siding and doors, you won't get more of a selection than Gravina's 50 lines of windows and a heritage that goes back 65 years. The name Gravina even trademarked at 950 West Evans. So if you're looking for dependability, heritage, great products for energy efficiency, low to no maintenance, and a company that stands behind their products, you want Gravinas.com. 303 Gravina.
It's been a weird market.
What's busy? Saturday?
Typically Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And sometimes Sunday more than Saturday. Depends on the weekend.
You don't do open houses ever, do you?
It's a waste of time. You know why agents do it? To get leads?
It's for other people. I mean, it's to get
Oh,
their
I
own
see, for
listings.
you to get leads.
Yeah.
I thought it was for the neighbors to always look.
That's what I always saw.
Yeah.
For your
Well,
neighbors,
that's
see how
that
you
too.
live.
That too. But you want to get names, and
Yeah.
to me, it's so hypocritical. I always tell sellers up front, it's a waste of time. Let's outbound market. Let's create demand, and we'll focus on quality over quantity.
Bake some cookies.
Yeah, bake cookies, sure.
See what they've been up to over there for all these years, you know. I want to buy a Mark's house when he sells because it's got to be like the Taj Mahal on the inside.
Oh man, Mark's
It's
made
nice,
that place amazing, and it's even better since the last time I saw it because you were already doing a bunch of work on it.
We did that whole first floor last year.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That place is awesome.
I was a little disappointed in you though. You had a big party there, and you forgot to turn on those lights.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, I couldn't believe that.
That is funny. I forgot that, didn't I?
Yep.
I'm trying to find this one house that's been sitting on the market there forever.
Out by you?
Yeah. It's got the craziest driveway. Like, not good. Like, if you had a big truck, you couldn't live there. They might have pulled it off the market now.
I think down there you could report driveway, no?
It's in between trees. I mean, it would cost a fortune, but the whole thing is like, you know, like Honda Civic size. It's like really awkward. And then everything inside of it is so dated. We know the old couple that lived there because they'd be walking with each other all the time. They had to be in their 80s plus. And it's got like shag carpet, linoleum.
Avocado appliances.
It's avocado.
Yeah.
Literally.
Like your shirt, yeah, your shirt type.
It was
yeah.
crazy, man. But that was an open house, and I walked in it.
Did somebody buy it since then?
No, I don't think so, because I think I saw the for sale sign yesterday. You would have to put That'd be perfect for that loan you're talking about. You could update that for 350,000 and just have a nice house.
Mark, I'm going to send you one here. This is cool.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to find this house. I bet they pulled it off the market, just like I was asking you guys. I think that's kind of tricky. In Slidell, they can pull it off and relist it the next day, and it looks brand new.
I just sent it to you. Hopefully it went through.
How'd you send it?
I texted it to you. You got to see this fly through when you get a chance.
Oh, I love those. That one you showed me was unbelievable.
This one is mind-blowing crazy.
How long does it, were you there when you filmed it?
No, I'm never there. They're usually there about an hour and a half.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah. I figured it'd take more. Do they actually fly it?
Yeah.
So it's not like flying on its own. They fly it.
Good question. I think they do.
5 or 6, I don't know.
You emailed it, right?
Yeah, I texted it to you.
Okay. A couple of later, brought it back to life. Cool. I was so excited about that.
Maybe.
I was like, oh, finish the season tonight. Hodor. That shit pissed me off.
Oh, it's still sending. Gee.
I stopped watching for a little bit.
It says still sending?
Yeah, it's got the little green thing.
It was so sad. That death was so sad. I'm not happy. So sweet. So dumb.
When are you leaving?
He's the best. He's Hodor.
Well, next week I won't be here till Thursday.
But has youth sports become too expensive, demanding, professional? Join me at 4.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So Parker bought a truck last year, June of 2025. It's a 2019 with 144,000 miles. And he said there was some misrepresentation that's not covered as under the as is. What is that, Parker? What did they misrepresent?
So we were told that the vehicle was good to go. We were told that it needed minor repairs, such as tires, windshield, and spark plugs, which ironically I've now found spark plugs are not in diesels.
They meant glow plugs, I think, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Sure. So we decided to pull the trigger on this truck. We ended up bringing our trade-in vehicle down the next day, thinking we were going to be picking up the truck.
Yeah, where's the misrepresentation? Where's the misrepresentation? Because it's been a year, and all of that happened is water under the bridge. I need to know what's affecting you now that was misrepresented.
Yeah, certainly. I'm getting to that for sure. So a week went by, and we still hadn't got the vehicle, and we're wondering, how long does it take to put on tires and a windshield? Our sales rep calls us, and we get really excited thinking, today's the day we can finally pick up our truck. My wife had a contract that we were about to go to, and they tell us the whole engine is damaged.
Okay.
They tell us there's catastrophic engine damage, and the whole engine needs to be replaced.
So what happened?
So we asked to pull out of the deal, which I now found out we could have.
Yeah, of course you could have. Of course you could have.
Yep. Yeah, they told us we couldn't. They told us it's not possible to bank wouldn't allow it.
Okay, but going back, they're going to say he could have gotten out of it. If I call them, I guarantee you, they're going to say, well, he could have gotten out of it. He went through with it. So we can't do anything about that. What happened since then?
Yeah, when did you take delivery?
So we took a delivery a month and a half after signing the paperwork.
Did they put a new engine? Did they say they put a new engine in it?
They did say that the repairs were done. They said the engine was repaired. They told us we should be grateful. They told us they'd spent so much money repairing this for us. So I tried to get the repair order from them.
Well, here's all that matters, Parker, and I hate to do this to you, but I need to know this. Do you have anything in writing at all to support anything? Do you have anything in writing?
Well, yeah, and did it run fine for 11 months up till now?
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, we've been trying to deal with them for the past year.
But what are you dealing with? You haven't told
basically
us
allow
anything yet. You haven't told us the problem yet.
So the problem is they didn't do any of the repairs that they said they were going to do, first off. Secondly, after we took delivery of the truck, we went to Oregon as we were planning to do.
Yeah.
We drove 800 miles, and we broke down.
What
repairs?
What repairs did they say they did that they didn't do?
They claimed that they were going to replace the whole engine. Now, I'm not a car guy. I don't know what that means. But to me, that seems pretty substantial.
It is. Do you have a document that says they were going to replace the whole engine, or is it just your memory?
I've got recordings. I've got text. I've got the whole kit and caboodle.
Good. Okay, keep going. Then what?
So we're wondering what happened. We're wondering why this truck broke down all of a sudden.
Well, if they listen, I would call that fraud in the inducement.
But that's still 10 months ago. Does the truck run right now?
No, it's actually in the repair shop again, under the same exact repair it's been going through all year.
What's that? What repair?
The whole engine had to be replaced because they did not replace anything they said they were going to. The only thing they did was
Tom,
EPF
let's pick this. I'm going to put him on hold. Listen, man, this is a big one. We're going to get to you first.
I want to get
thing
Chopper
in the
to
morning.
I want Chopper to make some phone calls, and let's get him on.
Let's figure out what shop and everything tomorrow on the air, and let's
get
tell
him back
everybody
on,
about
Marker.
our guests.
It sounds like you may have a good case if you documented it. By the way, John Clay, CMG, partnerinlending.com, Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, Stephanie, RE.com, and remember, 303 Martino.